That's not it. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? I'm a nobody trying to be somebody, and this is the start of the Silva Show. Cue the intro. Is that it? I don't know. I forgot. Anyways, I think that's the start of the Silva Show. I'm not sure. I kind of forget sometimes. Dude, I had a dream last night. I was creating new energy. I swear. First, what's up, Aster? I hadn't even actually sat down yet, bro. Thank you for popping up. What's up, bro? Did I see you got your Discord? Yeah, you got the Discord back, right? What's up, bro? 1 second. Freedom Call. This is such a late night stream. Like one of the latest of all time. Actually, is the latest. Aster, what do you do, bro? Where you at? What's your life? What do you got going on? You haven't chatted much in this stream, bro. You just pop in, post some freaking sick thumbnails and dip. You don't know? What do you like to do, bro? What are your hobbies? Stuff like that. Stop digging your... Hey, yo. I still don't know what Saibu means, bro. All right, let's see. 1 second. Second Johnson? That's a respectable Johnson. That's definitely respectable. What's up, Snaky? 1 second. Yo, check out this picture, bro. Is this not sick? Like, this is the things that we have out there in this world. Is that not weird? Please, hold on. Uranus. What? With its faint rings. Orion Nebula. Like, bro, this is the James Webb Telescope, bro. This thing is so sick. Okay, so anyways, dude, I need to paint. I need to start painting. Hold on. Paint. Check this out, bro. Check this out. Last night, I swear I woke up out of a dream and I'm gonna create a new type of energy. Just give me time. Dude, look, it was like, it's like this. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. I'm gonna create new energy out of thin air. It's called the energy of everything. That was kind of tough, bro. That was kind of tough. The energy of everything. Look, there's a positive, negative. Wait, no. Positive, positive. How did it go? I forgot in my head. Positive, positive, negative. Positive, positive. Positive, positive. Positive, positive. Wait, no, this was supposed to be a negative, negative. Something like this, bro. I don't know. Something in my head was going on, bro. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I'm gonna create a new energy, bro. Stephen Hawking, Albert Einstein will be proud of me. One day. O-E-Y. Blank O blank E-Y. 6, 7 out of 10? Fire. So never Saibu means never shut your bit. Never shut your bit. What does that mean? Cock painting? Bro, this is not cock painting. Phone at 1%. GG's, buddy. Dude, the energy of everything. If you don't know, we all started off as just dust, just gases. Actually started off as dots. Then the dots started swirling together, created gases. Then these gases started swirling. started creating gases. So that's when the black holes started. After the black holes sucked up everything, shot out. It's like cramming everything into nothing. It's so tiny that it eventually shoots out, bro. I'm telling you, bro, this is something. That's something, bro. That's something in my brain. One day, bro. I'm cooking, but I just don't have the ability. I'm not dumb, bro. I grew up in a trailer park. I'm kind of dumb. But also, I'm kind of not. O blank EY. I just had that, right? E blank OY. Decoy. Employ. Employ. That's too many words. Enjoy. That was kind of fire. E blank O. I will give your paint a 6-7 out of 10, even though you didn't complete it. This is the painting, bro. Check this out. This is what it was visually. Shout out my boy Snaky, bro. Hold on. No joke, this is just me. This is literally me surfing on my big surfboard and just trying to figure out how the world began, bro. Just trying to figure out how the world began, bro. I know it. Wait, what? Wait, try empty? Empty? What's up, bro? Empty? Bro, empty can't work. E-M-P-T-Y. That would have actually been a good word to try, bro. You're right. What's up, Wow? What could this be? Anyways, Wow, if you don't know, I'm trying to find out how the beginning of the world started, bro. Like, I'm not even trolling when I say that type of thing. Like, most people maybe think of that as a troll. No joke, the beginning of the world started off black hole. Everything compounded before the Big Bang. I'm trying to figure out what happened before the Big Bang, bro. I call it the big squeeze. Everything squeezed together. The entire world squeezed together. Why? Why was it compounding? Because there was black holes everywhere. Okay, well, oh man, makes me, you know what's crazy? How do you go before the big squeeze, bro? How do you go before the big squeeze? Right? So hear me out. Life started off as a bunch of dots, neurons, molecules, everything, right? But how did these things even get there? It's gotta be a beginning, like a creator. I don't know, bro. It's gotta be. Anyways, if you don't know, life started off with a bunch of gas, molecules, dots, right? I don't actually know. This is what I'm assuming. Then eventually they started like twisting together, right? Like, you know, like magnetizing together. Eventually they started like magnetizing so much together, it created like a gas that they're like traveling, right? So I think this gas went this way. This gas was going this way. They eventually hit and started curling each other, right? Hold on, my like chat and everything's messed up. 1 second. 1 second. Why is this messed up? That's weird. Anyways, they started mixing together, bro. Forming a black hole. Black holes all across the universe, like not even trolling. These gases meet together, curling, meeting black holes. All across the world, not trolling. Everything started getting sucked up. All these particles that were left over in the emptiness started getting sucked up together. Not even trolling. Let me stop saying that, dub. Fuck, you know. Let me make it a little clearer. Gases going this way. Actually, this turned into this. Gases going this way. Turned into this, right? Where they started twirling together. Then that ended up creating black holes, which all the extra little particles and gases, let me like take those away, started getting sucked into that. Then all these black holes, then it's this photo. No joke. Then it's this photo. Hold on. This is just for clarity and posterity's sake. This is the only reason why I'm saying this again. It goes to this photo. All the black holes across the universe started sucking up each other, bro. So pretend there's only 4 black holes left in the entire world, right? All these massive black holes. Then they sucked all up together, right? To form one super massive black hole. SMB, supermassive black hole, whatever. Once this black hole got so sucked up, bro, it started sucking its own self, bro. It sucked itself. Wait, what? Anyways, this thing sucked itself all the way into nothing. All the way until it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. It literally started collapsing on itself. The black hole started collapsing on itself. And then it got so compacted. This is how the beginning of time started, which is kind of crazy. That's the ugliest looking thing, bro. Why can I not draw this good right now? So from here to here to here. That's how the world started. And then the world banged into this. And no joke, it does this, it does the repeating cycle. It does a repeating cycle all over again. Once it shoots out everything, bow, it blasts all these particles again. Over and over and over and over. Right now, what stage are we in life? We're in this stage still. We're in this state. Wait, no, sorry. This is the beginning of time. We're right here. This is us now. We're in this stage right here, where we can see black holes forming. And eventually everything will be sucked up into supermassive black holes into a big squeeze. Did I literally figure out the beginning of time? Not even trolling. Well, that's what he said. You're telling me black holes suck themselves off? What's up, nuts? Sorry, bro. I've been yapping. When I'm flowing, when I'm in flow state, I'm in flow state. No joke. Like, there's not very many people that try to that genuinely try to theorize the beginning of life before the Big Bang, bro. People don't even think about things before the Big Bang. That's not even a thing people think about. I have a picture of how I think it's happened. That's kind of crazy. Particles, one more time, I'll explain it one more time. Particles all across the world, all right? How did these particles get here? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Beginning in the universe, we're all particles. Eventually these particles were they're like magnetized. Boom, they start coming together. Then they start it's so tiny, you can't even understand how tiny it is. It's so tiny they start coming together, and then eventually they start forming gas. These gases are flowing, boom, the gases hit each other. Enough gases hit each other over time to where they start twirling. Eventually, over time, they twirl so much, become a black hole. After this black hole, they suck up all the other black holes, become a supermassive black hole, big squeeze, bow. Beginning of life. Crazy. Crazy. Gaping black. All right, Snake. You look like a young Bron Bajork. Who? Peace out. Appreciate you pulling up, bro. Brant Bajork. Shout out the boy. He's an American musician, songwriter, and record producer. He is best known as the drummer and founder. Anyways, bro, I needed to talk about this new energy I was thinking about last night, bro. I don't know what this means. I don't know what, like, just my brain was thinking this, bro. My brain was thinking positive, 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 negative. Wait, this would be positive, right? Positive, 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 negative. Positive, positive, negative, negative. Maybe I should like spread it out a little more. Positive, positive, negative, negative. Positive, negative, 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 negative. What does this mean? I don't know. I just had to write this down, bro, in my brain. What does this mean? Good night. Appreciate it, bro. Good night. Got a new phone? It did? All right, well, peace out. I gotta go. I'll join another live day because I gotta go to bed. It's 2:30 a.m. Yo, sorry, I'm streaming so late, bro. No way I started at 1:30 at night, bro. Everybody's asleep. It's okay, though. Probably be a little short Johnson tonight. You never know. Speaking of short Johnsons. Magic Johnson, Johnson & Johnson, Jonathan Johnson, Dwayne Johnson, Boris Johnson, Chad Johnson, Calvin Johnson, the Johnson family, Johnny Sins, I'm sorry. Excuse me. The Jonathan from Portal, but I cannot ever remember his name. That was 10 Johnsons off the tip. Boys, what was this? I wanted to see this so bad.
My most anticipated one. This
10
is
Johnsons? John Johnson? What's up, bro?
It is my most anticipated one. Image from the James Webb Space Telescope first.
If you don't know what the James Webb Telescope is, it's one of the most powerful telescopes ever created. And they sent it up into space like a few years ago.
Official full color image. Little smudge here, some arcs here, more of them. What's going on here? What are these? These are weird shaped galaxies, right? Well, they are galaxies, but they are not where they appear to be. They are actually behind what is here, which is a giant, massive cluster of galaxies. It's so big, it is warping space, and it is making it so that the light passes around them and then focuses on these things that are very, very much farther away. They are some of the first galaxies that ever formed. We are looking 13.5 billion years into the past at the very first structures in the universe. Thank you to everyone
That's
who's
so
worked on this.
interesting to
I've been
me.
waiting for this telescope to be in the sky and sending us pictures for like 15 years. This is one of the coolest things that humanity has ever done, and we're all very lucky to be around to see it. This is the first.
See, that's the type of appreciation I'm talking about, bro. You gotta be appreciative of this stuff. Doesn't even make sense. Like, look at this. This doesn't make sense, bro. Bro, what? Bro, what? Look how it like cuts through space like right here. It's like cutting through all this vastness to go even deeper. I'm talking about deep. Bah, bah, bah. Like deep, bro. Did you even see it, or is my head in the way? Right here. Hey, yo! What's up, Charlie? Started stream so late tonight, bro. It'll probably be a quick little Johnson tonight. I gotta do something, bro. Restart the schedule. Look at this, though. This is what interests me. What is this massive, like, it's like the radiator. What's this even mean? What's up, Charlie? Charlie, I just explained the beginning of life, bro. No joke. Literally, Charlie, I described the beginning of life. In my head, this is how life was created. And you know what's cool? I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but like, nobody knows. Anyways, Charlie, check this out. The beginning of time. At the beginning of time, we all started off as little dots, right? Little particles. They came together, formed gas. These gases formed together, they eventually hit. They started circling. Over millions and billions of years, they circled, they formed a black hole. Over all time in history, all these black holes sucked up everything, bro. They sucked up everything. They started sucking closer to each other, right? They started sucking each other. They formed supermassive black holes across the galaxy. All these supermassive black holes ended up sucking all the way up, and they got so dense. Obviously, it created the Great Squeeze, Big Bang. Here we are now. Then the gases formed. Look, we're in this stage of life right here. We're in this stage where it said us now. Where we can see black holes forming and sucking things in, but it's not so far down the line that they've created supermassive black holes. We do know of supermassive black holes, but there's only one. Like, let's say there needs to be billions of supermassive black holes, right? I'm not sure how many there are. Eventually, they're gonna suck up everything, even the space between each other, to the point to where there's. Hold on, I'm theorizing here. Charlie, I also don't know what this means. What does this mean, Charlie? Also, what happens if like all these black holes suck everything up? They suck everything up and become connected, right? Bro, I don't know. It's so weird. I guess that's when it shoots everything out like it has to, right? It's the only logical thing is it has to shoot everything out. What I'm trying to think is like, what if it collapses in on itself and like, there's nothing? Like it eventually would collapse. It would collapse in on itself, right? The black hole would collapse. The black hole would do the Great Squeeze on itself, collapse, explode, shoot everything out, right? That's just how that has to work in my brain. Not much. How have you been, Charlie? Day's been good, bro. I just wish I would have not went to sleep at 4 p.m. and wake up at like 11:30 p.m., bro. Just not good, bro. Not good. Bro, I've been streaming COD for the last 3 hours with Robin and my buddy. That's fire, bro. How's it been? Bro, I know nothing about any of this. I'm not this educated. Bro, I'm not educated either. I'm just theorizing. What's cool, Charlie, about this life, bro? What's cool about this life, Charlie, is you, literally me and you. I never went to college. I'm not educated in this stuff. But we can theorize and we can think and we can ask questions. It's awesome. What's up, Charles? Wait, I got Charlie and Charles in the chat, bro. Shout out. Yo, Christopher Charles, I'm just talking about the beginning of life. Literally the beginning of life. I'm in Charlie's party right now. Fire, bro. And then it just shoots everything out. Yeah, it just has to. What is the space in here? Very interesting. I sent off with a shotty. We have had some good games. Put my kill cam in the DC if you want to say. Oh yeah, you did post some clips, bro. Let's watch a couple of Charlie clips real quick. Let me see. Charlie did post them. I'm way down there. Where you at, Charlie? Who got the best play? Video unavailable. I wonder why it'd be video unavailable. The entire stream, Charlie. Very interesting. Shout out my boy Charlie. Gotta give that thing a like. I don't know why it was the whole stream. Very interesting. Let's see. Unavailable. Yeah, this is the entire stream also. How do you send clip? It's supposed to just be a clip? Yeah, I'm not sure why it does that. It's the entire stream. Interesting. I don't know this, bro. What is this? Dude, really? I just need to come on stream and talk about this. I don't know what this is, but in my head, something was going on. What is this? What's up, game? Been lurking, but I'm tied up on the phone. That's okay, Slaw. Thanks for pulling up, bro. Appreciate you. Thanks for lurking, buddy. Check vibing. What does this mean, bro? And it also goes in reverse. Negative, 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 positive. Negative, negative, positive, positive. What does this mean? I don't know why. I just needed to say this. Like, I literally woke up out of my sleep and I was thinking about this. I made a video about it. Hello, man. What's up, divs? Trincellas? Excuse me. 1 second. Bro, I've been talking about the beginning of life. I get back to stream, but I'll pop back in a minute. I appreciate you, Charlie. Thanks, bro. Yo, divs. I'm talking about the beginning of life, bro. Check vibing. Means shut your ass up. Shut your bitch ass up. Duh, that is what it, dude, I knew that. I knew that actually, but totally forgot. Oh, well, whatever. That's hilarious. Shut your ass up. All right, I will. But I'm like, oh, what is this? I guess I don't need to use any. I could just like. Check. My boy Christopher Charles. What are y'all playing? Oh, what, Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty. Why aren't you on Call of Duty? Get on COD, bro. Do you have COD? Bro, I don't freaking know. Teach. Chart track. Alright, then just go that. Let's go trash, actually. I literally got every letter. I literally got every letter. Yo, saw that. That's crazy, bro. Just acknowledge. You don't gotta say anything, but just acknowledge. That is crazy. Enjoy to trash combo, bro. I got the TSH. That doesn't even work. Yeah, this song goes so hard. What the freak is this, bro? Am I dumb? The H can't go there, so it has to be the T. Or the S. It's to the T. S-H. E-shot. Ethos. What the freak is ethos, bro? What's up, bro? Thanks for pulling up. Definition. You're right. It is ethos. The characteristic spirit of a culture, era, or community as manifested in its beliefs and aspirations. Never heard of this, to be honest. Fire. This is where we're at. Yo, hear me out. Jura, what's up, bro? Jura, you want to look at the beginning of time, bro? Literally the beginning of time. This is the type of streams I have. We play a little Wordles. We talk about life. Recently, I've been theorizing literally how the beginning of time was started, bro. The beginning of time. Think about this. Not the Big Bang. I'm talking about before the Big Bang. Who thinks of things before the Big Bang? This doesn't make sense, right? People don't even talk about that. Matter of fact, let's look it up, bro. Guess what, guys? What's up, Wally? What happened before the Big Bang?
What was there before the beginning of the universe?
We don't know.
We don't know. No, I know. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I know. There's particles out there everywhere. This is how it started. How did the particles get there, though? That's the weirdest thing. How did the particles get there? That I don't know, bro. I can't even theorize how that happened. Seems cool, man, but I have to go catch a train. That's okay, bro. Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate it. Be safe on your train ride, bro. Be safe. Can be very dangerous on the train.
But we got top people working on it.
Depends on,
We
you know,
don't
where you
There
live,
might have been a
situations, things like
multiverse
that.
That's
Be safe,
birthing
bro.
universes,
Thanks
and
for
we're
popping
one
on.
of them, but that just pushes the question one step further before that. So
What was there before the beginning?
I do think probably a multiverse is where this came from. From multiverse. Hold on one second. Essentially could possibly be from another black hole. Not sure on that one. Thanks, have a good stream. Appreciate you, bro.
Of the universe.
we don't know.
I normally never start my streams this late, bro. It's normally
We
a
have
lot.
top people working on
It is what it is.
We
It's
don't
okay.
know. There might have been a multiverse.
But
that-
where would the multiverse come? Bro, I don't know. Bro, I don't know. That's a great question. It's a never-ending cycle, bro. It's a never-ending cycle of like. That's why I think there must be a creator, bro. That's what like that was the conclusion I came to like 30 minutes ago. Like it just has to make sense, bro. We have to live in like some 4-dimension world where there's like other beings that are like, dude, you're living in the 3rd dimension, bro. What are you doing? Just step out, right? Like just it's like we jump in the swimming pool. Like, bro, you're just in the get out the swimming pool. We're just in the swimming pool of space. Like
birthing universes, and we're one of them. But that just pushes the question one step further before that. So we just don't know. It's a frontier question right now.
What was
If we're expanding, run the clock back, we were smaller in the past.
Right.
Could the whole universe been in the same place at the same time
Right.
at some distant point? If it was, that means the universe had a beginning. That's when the whole conversation began about the universe having a beginning. It had nothing to do with the fact that we're born and we live out our lives and die. It had nothing to do with that. So now we have a beginning, but what was around before the beginning? That's an important and interesting question. I do not know if that question has any more or less meaning than asking Santa Claus which way is north. If we're expanding, run the clock back,
that's so weird to even think about.
we were smaller in the past. Could the whole universe been in the same place at the same time?
Yeah, creator makes sense until you ask what created the creator. No, I asked that. And I seen this photo of like the God, then the God's God, then the God's God, then the God's God. You know, there's like God made God, made God, made. What is even going on, dude? This cannot be real life. Like, that's why I think whenever somebody dies and they come back to like, I think whenever you die, like energy is never created. Like energy is, everything is energy. The law, what did I say? The law of the energy of everything. This is what I called this. The energy of everything. My bad. I'm trying to come up with a new type of energy is what I'm saying. I don't know how. I know line of sight. Line of sight produces some type of energy, right? I don't understand how to like define it though. So this was like the energy of everything, right? Because when you die, like you eventually like, you know, maybe your body rots, it goes to the other animals, whatever, right? But then your bones are still there. That's pretty interesting to think about, your bones. We actually form bones. Isn't that weird? Like jellyfish are like living things that have no bones and no brain. How you gonna wake up dead? Wait, you can't go to bed dead? If you go to sleep alive and wake up dead, you can't go to bed dead. If a mouse is inside, mouse is outside. Wait, rats are inside, mouse are outside. You can't go to bed dead. That's one of my favorite ones, bro. There's like 3 different ones. I'm scared to watch this because it's gonna get like,
Cindy, there's no such
I'm gonna get copyrighted.
bad?
can die Because you can go to bed and not be dead, and you can die but not be in a bed.
Okay, that's literally the part I needed to hear. That was perfect. What's up, Gyro? Bye, guys. What's up, Wally? I'm getting bracelets for my teeth. You're getting braces on your teeth? I don't want braces. I don't want my mom wants me to get it. Yeah, Wally, they're probably going to help your teeth out a lot. It'd probably be really good for you to get them, but I understand they probably will hurt a little bit, you know, make your mouth sore. Have a good night, Wally. Thank you for coming. This guy, what's up, Gyro? 1 second, this song's going so hard. Anyways, bro, I came up with a theory at the beginning of life, bro. Oh, I guess not life, but human life as we know it. No joke, like, dude, look at this. I'm an artist. I may be the worst artist of all time, but I'm an artist. In theory crafting and ideas and things like that. Hey, Booby Bear, what's up, Gabriella? How have you been? Gabriella, if you don't know, I came up with the beginning of life. No joke. Like, how many people in this world are actually thinking about the beginning of life, you think? Kind of interesting to think about. Good, how about you? I wish I didn't start my stream so late. Like, I woke up so late, it kind of sucks, but it's okay. Nice. It's pretty crazy to think about. 1 second, let me choose another Wordle. Like, what do most people think about? What is fun to think about to you? For example, Gabriella, what is fun to think about to you? Like, you know how people say, like, what's your Rome? What do people, average people think? Not average, but, you know, what does, like, your regular human think about? Like, I'm a regular human. I think about space. What does, like, the other regular humans think about? I was watching a drone commander in Ukraine. His dad is a drone engineer, so his dad gets the UVAs ready for his son to destroy the enemy. Dang, that's crazy, Gyro. I've actually watched a bunch of videos like that, and dude, that's scary. Drone warfare is really scary. Like, no joke. Drone warfare, very scary. Circle guards? I think about circle guards. What is a circle guard? I'm scared to look it up. The circle guards are? Oh, these dudes? Hey, I love it. See, this is what interests you. That's okay. When I go outside at night and I look up in the sky, that's what interests me, though. And it goes like this. And you need to kiss me tough for hours and late on the backseat. It's bro, what is this? This could be a 2. Squid Games? Silva, my Pookies. What's up? The only person that's ever called me Pookies is Lexi. Is that a telltale sign? I'm not sure. It's okay though. How you gonna wake up dead and go to sleep in a bed? That makes sense. Everything's disposable. What would this word be? Man, I'm lost in the sauce. How have you been though? How's your day been? Like Pookies, my circle guards? I have not watched. How's Squid Games 3 been? Have you been enjoying it? Dude, this is definitely a 2. Possible. It's good. I need to rewatch. I haven't even watched Squid Games 2. I gotta be honest. Squid Games 1 was goated. Why have I not watched Squid Games 2? Not sure. I'm the type of person, bro. I don't really watch many shows, bro. A lot of people gotta tell me to watch it like over and over again for me to actually watch something. I'm mainly just a gamer, bro. I just love gaming. Gaming is my passion, bro. Put me in a virtual reality game for the rest of my life, I might actually take that offer. I'm not even trolling. Just tap my brain. I don't even care. That's funny. That'd be crazy, though. How do I not know this? Squire. Getting work. Cheech and Chong's last movie is very good. Just checked it out last night. Cheech and Chong's movie? What's their last movie? I know you watched Up in Smoke, bro. Cheech and Chong was so funny growing up, bro. They made a movie in 2025? Last movie? All right, I gotta go. Bye. Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you. Have a good night. Appreciate you. What is this, bro? When did this came out? What? Like last month? 2 months ago? On April 20th it came out? No way. Oh, it's the trailer. When did it come out? April 20th. Dude, I might go watch that, honestly. I might watch that tonight just for the trolls. State. Man, I feel like that could be it. Skate. Ooh, I could go skate. No. All right, in that case, I need to be smart then. DJ Tisto, the motto. All right, let's see. I got you right now, Gyro. Appreciate you pulling up, Birdie. Late night stream. This is a secret stream, bro. Basically, this is a secret stream. Let's see. My phone is telling me to go to sleep, and I almost just woke up. My phone is telling me to go to sleep when I'm on a normal schedule, 2 a.m. Still pretty late. ST, this would be ST blank blank E. Stale. Stare. Can't be stare. No problem. I'll always try to drop some gems when people I mess with. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that a lot. It's a late night stream. Hold on. This is exactly the type of music I'm looking for. This is an instant thumbs up and add to the playlist. Fire. There's no A. S-T-I? S-T-E. What the freak? Smite. The T can't go there. It's gotta be like this. This song is hard. This is the type of song I want to hear when I'm in the club, just vibing, for real though. Have I ever been to the club? No. I went one time when I was 17. Never been since. Dude, this is such a vibey song. Dude, I got nothing. I got nothing. All right, let's go to connections. I'll be back. I'll be back for that. Rap. Punt. Pass. That has to be football, right? Yeah. Tack. Yo, that song was a straight banger, bro. Brad. Nail. Leo. Leonardo DiCaprio. Brad Pitt. Pin. Tack. Nail. Tap. I'm lost. Alright, I'm back. What's up, fam? What's up, bro? Appreciate you coming, Solid. Solid, it's a late night, super late night stream. Secret stream. I don't know. Anyways, check this out, Solid. I've been theorizing. Solid, what does this mean, brother? What does this mean up here? Hold on, let me like play it, but like lower. Like, is this just how we use normal batteries and stuff nowadays? What is this cycle? Plus, 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 negative. What does this even mean? Just came to chat real quick. I'm gonna go ghost him till he's not drunk. Bro, I'm sorry that's happening, Lexi. I really am. Honestly, maybe not ghost, because like I would hope they wouldn't feel like they're abandoned, you know, something like that. I would just... That's why I've never liked drinking, bro. Anybody I've ever been around that drinks, they just are... Everybody always overdoes it. They not OD, but like they're always overdoing it. So I hope you have a great show. I appreciate it, Lux. Thank you. Very late night, very just chill little vibe. Just a quick little Johnson. Been going for almost an hour. I'll probably go for like an hour and a half or something. Quick little Johnson. I think I'll do a secret stream midday tomorrow, because like I'm gonna be up for like a while, right? I think I do a weird stream tomorrow midday. Might try that out. What have you been up to today, Deluxe? You nail something, you tack it, you pin it to a wall. You tap. He's also 16. How is he able to get some alcohol then if he's 16? Same, I never like drinking or being around people drinking alcohol. I've never liked beer. Beer is gross to me. Alcohol in general, gross to me also. But like, I'll take shots and like get drunk. But everybody I'm with, like whenever they get drunk, they're never like the chill, haha, yeah. They're always like, I mean, some people are, right? But there's always people that are like, just, oh my God, can't handle it. And to call you. No idea how he got it. His parents don't give a fuck. So honestly, I know a lot of parents that are like that. People tell me, especially at 16, like 16, you're already like not old, but like kind of older. Dude, we were doing crazy stuff at like 13, 14, bro. So like, dude, by 13, I had literally already did mostly everything a college kid had did. At 13, 14, not even trolling, like. Oh, besides like actual like hardcore drugs, like. Other than that, like literally I'd already lived that life. That's why by like 15, 16, 17, I'm already like bored. I already did that. It's fun. Anyways, it's tap. I honestly don't know if it's tap. I knew it. One away, bro. What is it? You spring something to the wall? Positive or negative symbols. It also kind of reminds me how computers work. They say 0 and 1, but it's really like either on or off. Interesting. So you said positive or negative symbols. It also kind of reminds me of how computers work. They say it's 0s and 1s, but it's really like either on or off. I don't know what, bro, but this popped in my head while I was sleeping and I needed to like write it down. Positive, 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 negative. Not sure how that works. It's like jeans. I'll send you an example. Tomorrow I'm going on a cruise. Dude, that should be so fun. It's like jeans. Send me an example. I would love to know that. Also, what do you think about this, Solid Tank? Or Lexi also. Like, actually, what do you think about my theory about the beginning of time? Like, no joke. Peer review. Like, a peer review. No joke. A straight up peer review. If you were like Neil deGrasse Tyson right now, and I was trying to explain to you, okay, this is how I think the beginning of time worked. Actually, it'd probably be better if I started off with like a whole new paint. All right. So I could just show him from beginning to end. I'd say, Mr. Tyson. Mr. DeGill. What's his name? Neil deGrasse. Mr. deGrasse. Shout out Drake. I would say first, the beginning of time. Bunch of particles everywhere. I wonder if this is already like established. Right? Bunch of particles. How did they become like positive and negative though? How did they become positive and negative to the point they started coming together? You get what I'm saying? I'm not sure how that happened. Anyways, all these start, you know, they eventually turn into gas. Oh, this would be a good way. From there to gases. To gases hitting each other. That looks ugly. One second. Let me fix this. To the gases hitting each other. To then forming circles. To then forming black holes. To then forming supermassive black holes. To them forming the big squeeze. Which I'll bring over here, the big squeeze. Which then created the Big Bang. How do you do the Big Bang? The Big Bang. Oh, this would be a good representation of the Big Bang. You just shoot it out in every direction. Wait, it's gotta be from here. Beginning of time. And we're in a repeating cycle. Check this out, Solid. We're in a repeating cycle of this Big Bang theory. Right now, we're in the timeline. Okay, so gases, they form the gas, or like the particles form the gas. The gas formed the you know, the beginning of the like galaxies. The galaxies form the black hole. The black holes form the supermassive black holes. The supermassive black holes go together, Big Bang, bada boom, bada bing. But us right now, we're in the current time where we see black holes and we also see supermassive black holes. So we're in this stage of life right now. This is us now, 2025. You know, in the year 1 million or whatever, supermassive black holes gonna suck everything up. Bow, bow. We're gonna be here again. Big Bang. Bada boom, bada bing. Right now, we're in this stage of life where like these gases form these planets, and some of these planets form black holes and stuff like that. You know, not that the planet formed it, but like somehow the black hole was formed. Dude, that could be it. This could literally be the beginning of time. Possible. Let's see what Lux said. Let me see. 1 second. I have to like. Dude, that's what I meant. That's literally exactly. Yeah, yes. It's called a gene chart. So biology. I was just looking at it. Someone is doing donuts outside, bro. Wait, they actually crashed their car? That's crazy. This is what I'm thinking of, pretty much. This is how energy is also created. Energy is everything, bro. I don't know, man. I'm gonna create a new energy one day. That's my goal in life. The energy of everything. You heard it here first. The energy of everything. I'm not even trolling, but it's only in my mind. Through line of sight, there's some energy, right? What's the slit theory? I forgot, bro. I need to focus more on that. The slit theory, quantum, whatever, quantum physics. Yeah, man.
So just imagine.
Hold on, I gotta vibe to this real quick. I'm just doing stuff to save for a 1K Orbox outfit. $10? What does it look like? Seattle, California in the winter. Last song. I got you, Gyro. Thanks for coming, bro. Goes so hard, bro. Is there a lyrics version? You say you love me. It's called so the R is a dominant gene and the R is a submissive gene, right? I do remember this chart from school, biology. Yes, it is like that. The RR is the supermassive black hole's energy, and the small r is the antimatter coming off of it or something. I don't know, bro. Also, the Avatar. Shout out the Avatar. You say you love me. We look together every night. You trust me. All right, what is this, bro? You tack something to the wall. You nail it to the wall. You paint it to the wall. What is this? Life imitates art, so I think nothing is perfect. Example, black holes or voids. Life does imitate art. Well, art imitates life. Life imitates art. Right? Our art is the only thing. Like, life was before art, right? Art imitates life. Life imitates art. It's, you know, however you want to say it, it's okay. I understand exactly what it means. And but the thing is, the galaxy, whatever Hubba Bubba, is still expanding. So yeah, hear me out. It's still expanding because it's like blasted with like so much energy. It's like so much energy. When this Big Bang sucked up the entire universe, you gotta think about it. The crunch, the big squeeze, was the entire universe. It wasn't like just like, you know, a little bit of it. It's everything. So like, how much force that had to bust out. Right, but when does it stop expanding? That's interesting, Lux. That's very interesting and fun to think about. When does it eventually go back to a big squeeze again? When does it go back to a big squeeze again and stop expanding? When we get to this part right here. We know there's supermassive black holes out there, right? We see them. We know these things exist. But they haven't fully taken over everything yet. And I think millions and billions and trillions of years, it'll eventually get to this part up here again. We'll get to up here. And then bow, roll over. Especially the danger in that kind of atmosphere, or the changes relative of different atmospheres merging. Especially the danger in that kind of atmosphere, or the changes relative of different atmospheres. That's really interesting to think about. I never even thought about that. Pause the music. Because you know how they show these different galaxies when they merge together? Like, what about all the different elements, right? All these new elements that form together. Like, this galaxy had these elements, this galaxy has these elements, but when they form together and they... Does that form new molecules and new... Like, are they having babies out there? Does black holes have babies? Show me the The plus plus R thing again? Are you talking about this one? Or are you talking about the R one? This thing? Or this one? 1 second. Hold on. Solid says this is a really good theory and not far off what some theoretical physicists believe. A cyclic universe. Okay, I'm interested. I'm interested. See, the thing about me, Solid, is I'm dumb and I grew up in a trailer, right? I never went to college. So like I'll never know the things that these dudes know. I can theorize with them though. I can theorize with them. I can literally theorize to the point I can come up not to the same conclusions as a Stephen Hawking or Albert Einstein, but nearly on the same lines of thinking. Imagine like there's wavelengths. There's like billions of wavelengths or millions or thousands, however you want to put it. And I'm like, I'm near their wavelength. Like I'm near their wavelength. I'm not on it. I'm not them, right? I'm not as smart as them, right? But I'm on that wavelength. Maybe if I would have went to college and I had smart family and they told me to think about these things, like maybe I could have been. And that's what kind of sucks about, sucks about this life, but whatever.
Does the Big Bang disprove the existence of God? No, it's kind of the opposite, actually, isn't it? In some sense, George Lemaitre, who's often described as the
That's so interesting to me because it is kind of the opposite. As you get older and wiser, not as you get older and wiser, because it doesn't necessarily mean you have to get older to get smarter, right? But as I get wiser, like as I get older, the Big Bang kind of does make me think of a creator, which is kind of crazy to think about. It's so funny. I've never ever said I don't believe in a creator. I've always said I believe like it's a possibility for a deity, right? I always left that possibility open. It's never like one. It's never my creator. This, I don't ever think of it like that. That grosses me out. But I do believe there is a creator out there. I don't believe there is. Like I leave it open to a possibility for sure. I don't cross it out.
As well as a mathematician, and he was delighted the father of the Big Bang with sense. George Lemaitre, who's often described as the father of the Big Bang, was a priest as well as a mathematician, and he was delighted that Einstein's theory certainly appears to suggest that there could have been a beginning. Einstein didn't like that. He wanted the universe to be eternal, but Einstein's theory is strongly suggestive of a beginning or an end, and Lemaitre as a priest was happier with that, because if you think about what a beginning is, you could correlate in that language a moment of creation. Does the Big Bang disprove the existence of God?
A moment of creation. What if there's people that are able to survive the Big Bang? Think about this. What if there's people that the Big Bang's about to happen, they know it's about to happen, and they know how to dodge the Big Bang? Has somebody ever even thought about that?
No, it's kind of the opposite, actually.
All right, what was it? The cyclic theory. I need a little short on it, bro.
Do you think the universe can be reborn?
Excuse me.
The theory of conformal cyclical cosmology was first proposed by cosmologist Roger Penrose.
What's up, Aaron? What's up, bro?
The universe undergoes an infinite series of cycles.
So, Aaron, this is what I just came up with, bro. Not that I just came up with this, but like this is what I've been theorizing on. Check this out, Aaron. The beginning of time, literally the beginning of time, not the Big Bang. Before the Big Bang. Or I guess right after the Big Bang, before, right after the beginning and the bang. This is the bang. Anyways, Aaron, we all started off as little particles in this world, right? It goes from here to here to here to here to here to here to here, right? It goes down and to the right. We all started off as little particles and neutrons floating through the space, right? But how did these neutrons in this space even get there? I don't even. How did these little neutrons even get there? Possibly from a multiverse, right? I'm not even sure. Don't know. Don't question that. How the Big Bang is the beginning of time. How do you think of a time before the beginning of time? And then how do you think of a time before that time? I don't know, bro. I'm only on the first beginning of time. I've only came up with the beginning of times, beginning of time. I'm not on the beginning of times, beginning of times, beginning of time yet. Anyways, we were little particles floating through space, right? Like, and then eventually they magnetized. How? I don't really know how they ended up magnetizing either. They ended up forming gases. These gases, right? These gases started flowing together throughout the universe. Gases flowing throughout the universe. Boom! These gases banged. I'm talking about these gases banged. And they started circulating. You know how like air hits each other? Boom! They start circulating. Like a tornado, right? Start circulating, forming a black hole. After this black hole is formed, this is where we're at in time, right? Like, these black holes, planets, all these different objects are formed through these circles. right? All these objects, stars, planets, universe, all these things, right? We know supermassive black holes are also forming. We see them out there. But we're only in this time and day and age right now. Like, we're only in this day and age where the black holes and stuff are forming. Then these supermassive black holes form, right? Eventually they form so much they take up all the universe. Black holes on supermassive black holes, I'm talking about billions of supermassive black holes, like sucking up the entire universe to the point to where they all come together, right? They all come together, but it's actually, they all come together and then eventually start squeezing together into the big squeeze, into the Big Bang. The Big Bang is this right here. But this is before the Big Bang, essentially. The big squeeze. But then how does it go from here to here to... I don't know, bro. I don't know!
The key to this theory lies... Do you think the universe can be reborn? The theory of conformal cyclical cosmology was first proposed by cosmologist Roger Penrose, and it suggests that our universe undergoes an infinite series of cycles. The key to this theory lies in the concept of conformal geometry, which involves a transformation of space and time that preserves angles, but changes distances. According to Penrose, as the universe expands and matter becomes more and more diffuse, the geometry of space-time gradually approaches a state of extreme symmetry, known as conformal infinity. At this point, all matter has been stretched to such a thin density that it effectively disappears. At conformal infinity, the universe enters a new phase in which the laws of physics become simplified, and the concept of time loses its meaning. From this state, the universe is thought to enter a new cycle, beginning with a new Big Bang, and repeating the same sequence of events over and over again.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me cook. So, time after the Big Bang, right? Time stretches so far. Time stretches so far in each direction that eventually these little particles rip into nothing. It could either rip into nothing, boom, or it could stretch, boom, crunch. I don't know. It could do either in my
The
brain.
universe can be reborn.
The current
Silva really on the spectrum, yo. I believe I'm extremely autistic and, well, not autistic. I believe I'm autistic and ADHD, but I have extreme control of it. And I don't mean to say that, like, arrogantly. I don't know. My bad if that does sound like that. But, like, yeah. I hyperanalyze, but you'll never see me, like, I don't know how to explain. I don't want to, like, put people down to, you know, talk. You'll never, I don't know how to explain that.
textbook picture is there was a phase in the universe's life before the Big Bang, if you define the Big Bang as the hot, dense phase from which the universe appeared to sort of burst forth 13.8 billion years ago. And that phase is called inflation. So what we think happened is that before that, the universe was accelerating exponentially fast. It means it was doubling and doubling and doubling in size. And the numbers are ridiculous. We think that if you started with a universe that was smaller than a single atom, then it would be bigger by a long way than the whole observable universe, with 350 billion galaxies in it, in less than a million millionths of a second. For those of you that know scientific notation, it's something like 10 to the minus 35 or 10 to the minus 36 seconds. So very rapid, exponentially fast expansion.
The entire observable universe. Hold on. This actually kind of just mind boggled me. Hold on. I don't get very mind boggled often because it's hard to grasp these numbers. But my brain kind of just grasps this number if I understand. Let me just listen to it one more time.
Million atoms, smaller doubling in size, is that a billion years ago. And that phase is called inflation. So what we think happened is that before that, the universe was accelerating exponentially fast. It means it was doubling and doubling and doubling in size. And the numbers are ridiculous. We think that if you started with a universe that was smaller than a single atom, then it would be bigger by a long way than the whole observable universe, with 350 billion galaxies in it.
What? Okay, hold on. This just mind boggled me, bro. Listen to this. Listen to this. He is saying, you know, the entire observable universe we can see 13 billion years into the past, whatever, observable universe, right? It was instantly as big as the observable universe in 0.00000 tenths of a second. And so if the universe has been around for billions of years, and the universe was essentially 13.8 billion light years long, maybe in tenths of a second, that is mind-boggling to me. Just think about how much the universe must have expanded in the time that I've started talking about this, like the last 10 seconds. If the universe expanded to the entire observable universe in less than... See, this maybe doesn't... It's either too good to be true, or something's like in my brain. I don't like when that happens. Time dilation. If you go fast enough, you move faster through space-time. So like 6 months at the speed would be 500 years on Earth or something like that. Yeah, time dilation is so insane. I've actually been sort of understanding it the more I like look into it. The thing is, that ain't the song. I know this time. I know time travel would never exist. If it did, we would already have confirmed it. Question mark. Lux, the thing about time travel, real quick, the thing about time travel, right? Let's say 2025. We figure out how to time travel. Well, we travel 1,000 years into the future, right? And let's say it takes us half a second or whatever. When we go back in time, like when time passes, it's already going to be like, I don't know, like millions of years to get back in time. I forgot it. Somebody explained it. But like, I was thinking about this. Like, imagine we've already had time travelers, but it takes millions of years to come back to us. Like, because whenever you travel through space, like, it's a different time. It's a whole nother time. Like, let's say you went on a spaceship. Okay, this is better. Let's say you went on a spaceship to Mars at like light year speed, like at the speed of light, right? You got there in 1 day. You got to Mars in 1 day. Well, Mars is bad because it's like not that far. But let's pretend you got to Mars in 1 day and it takes a light year to get to Mars. Dude, by the time if you took that light year back, if you took 1 day to get back, by the time you go back to Earth, it's already like 0001. It's already like 1 million years into the future. It's like 1,000,000 2025. I don't know if time is even real, bro. If like we're even real. Explain, I'm curious. Lux, because it's only possible to travel in the future, never the past. Check by me, you can see how much upgrades I did on the Hellcat. Makes sense. It's still only the future relative to people not going as fast like on Earth. It's the future though, the people. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. What, 1.2 milli? 1.2 milli the boy got. 600 racks in the bank. Let me see. Sorry, let me catch back up. Whenever I get to yapping, I get so far behind. I'm sorry about that. Thanks. This is a great short. I love Brian. He's great. It's about to be a surgical summer. My autism isn't autism. Wait, solid. How would people be able to go back then? Simply Lux. That's the issue. That's what I'm talking about. Also, like when you try to go back into the future, like it's gonna be 1,000,000,000,2025. So like, what if people were in the future right now trying to come back? What if there's a person on a rocket ship trying to fly back to us right now? Off the charts even? Could be. Wait, so for other people, they would like disappear and wouldn't exist until then? I'm as lost as ever. Yo, Aaron J, I'm telling you, this is some crazy line. This is craziness. Still talking about my super massive bike. What's up, Charlie? To us, they would get in a spaceship and leave. Then we would all get old and pass away. In another 420 years, they would return in the year 2055. 25, 50, 25. That's a better 25, 25. That's a better way to explain it. But you could tweak it, only go a year into the future, for example. I actually didn't mean to use the 420 as a joke, but given an average human lifespan of 80 years, it just kind of worked out that way. My bad. You're good, Aaron. I believe I watch it because I have ADHD. I appreciate that. Anyway, the twin paradox explores this theory of time dilation. The twin paradox. Hold on, I got some things I need to look at. I got some things I need to thing. What? I need to work on my thing. Hold on one second. What is it called? Twin paradox. One second. I get it. Solid. The world isn't a sphere, it's a donut. Trust. The universe expanded faster than the speed of light right after the Big Bang, which is odd. Hold on, let's think that. Let's say that again. The universe expanded faster than the speed of light right after the Big Bang, which is odd. The Big Bang. The speed of light. What is even light, and how does light travel? What even is light? Light is energy. Light is literally energy. Energy is everywhere in everything. Literally, the drink that I'm drinking right now is like energy in a sense. Where was it created? Source, just trust me, bro. Yeah, listen, just trust me, bro. This is how the universe was created. Just trust. Do you think a picture like this would lie? You know what's kind of cool is I'm like one of those ancient, ancient civilizations that are like carving into the wall. Carving the wall. That's me, bro. This is me. Look at the dots. I'm just like, I draw pictures. Clap in my head. You know the monkey that like is clapping the sambas? Clap, clap, clap. This is me. Look at my pictures. I'm proud of them. Yeah, Solid, did you have something to say about this one? Also, what we said, let me see the thing again. Were you talking about this or were you talking about the other thing? We're talking about this. The thing that Lexi showed, the RR. What's up with this plus, plus, plus negative? What is this about? It could also be like negative, 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 positive. Because this is different than this, right? Going backwards. Because see how the positive is down here? The positive would be down here, but actually the wait. The positive is up here. Wait, I did it backwards actually. No, I didn't. I did it right. Negative, negative, negative. Yeah. Negative, negative. Positive, positive. Negative, negative, positive. Wait. I'm confused. Positive, positive. Positive, 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 positive. Yes, this is different than this. Yo, this would be a kind of cool t-shirt. This right here. Anyways.
Suggested that there might be some law of physics we have yet to discover that will prevent you from going backwards in time. Because if you do, and you prevent your parents from meeting one another, you would have never been born to go back in time to prevent your parents from meeting one another. Or prevent them from having sex. Have the people have sex 10 minutes later than they otherwise would have. You give birth to a different person. So you have this paradox. That being said, we have no shortage of interesting ways to go forward in time. And we can speed you up, send you on a spaceship, you go very fast. Your time ticks more slowly. You will age more slowly than your twin here on Earth. That's one way to do it. You can also do it in very strong gravitational fields. Also have an effect at what rate your time ticks. We can measure this, by the way. The GPS satellites that are farther away from Earth's center than we are, their time ticks faster, but they send you the correct time. So how do they do that? We knew in advance about Einstein's general relativity. So the GPS satellites are pre-corrected by the formulation of Einstein's general theory of relativity. And now it can send the correct time down to us. It's been suggested that there might be some...
That is interesting. That is very interesting. It's actually also... Man, that's interesting.
Then a million.
That one's crazy too.
Imagine that you have a gun that's firing bullets or pellets at a screen that has two slits, two openings. Those are double slits. And your intuition tells you that those pellets that get through the left opening will land in a band aligned with it on the left, and those that get through the right will land in a band aligned with it on the right.
That makes sense.
And that's what happens.
With
Which
bullets.
is good, with bullets.
Okay.
Let's now run that experiment with one change. We're simply going to dial down the size of the bullets, making them smaller, as small as little particles like electrons. When you fire the electrons at the barrier with the two slits, you don't just get two bands. You get more bands. And that simple change, going from our expectation of two bands to, in this case, 5 bands, that represents the single greatest upheaval in our understanding of reality that the species has ever encountered. So just imagine.
My brain can't handle that at this current moment. I need to do something else. Come back to that so I can actually fully grasp it. The universe expanded. Science claims that that's fine because it's nothing and therefore not breaking Einstein's speed of light limit. Not sure how much I believe that one, bro. Not sure. Let's see. I actually need like a few minutes. Let's see. What would be like the most interesting question? I need like a few minutes.
There are 2 trillion galaxies in the
This,
observable
I'll be right back.
universe. You need to know that the Milky Way galaxy has got 200
Sorry, I'll be
billion
right back.
stars.
Let's see.
Most of those stars now we know have planetary systems. We estimate there are something like 20 billion Earth-like planets, or potentially Earth-like planets, in the Milky Way galaxy alone. So if you're asking questions about what is my place in the universe, you need to know those things.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Let me see. How do I move this? Actually, not right back, but obviously. Sorry, be right back. Be right back.
There's progress being made on that now, which I think is profound and exciting. So they are stars at the end of their life, bigger than the sun, more massive than the sun. But they run out of their fuel and they start to collapse as gravity squashes them. And if they're sufficiently massive, then there's nothing that can stop the collapse. And so they collapse, as far as we know, to a point, right? Essentially an infinitely dense point. But they collapse to such an extent that there's a region around it from which light can't escape. And so nothing can escape. And that's a black hole. They're surrounded, this region where if you fall in, it's called the event horizon. And if you go across that horizon, then you are going to the center. There's one way of thinking about it, which is quite cool, which is that the time and space sort of flip is one way to think about it. So in the same way that we are going into the future now, so we're going to tomorrow. There's nothing we can do about it. We are going to tomorrow. In the same way, if you fall in across the event horizon of a black hole, you are going to the middle, the singularity it's called. So that's your future. Every line of your future points to the center of the black hole. We have now got photographs of them. So we have 2 photographs, which are radio telescope photographs. One of the one in the center of our galaxy, which is a little one. It's called Sagittarius A star. So it's about 6 million times the mass of the sun. And they took a photo of one in the galaxy M87, 55 million light years away. That thing is around 6 billion times the mass of the sun. So if you took our sun, which you can fit 1 million Earths inside, and collapsed it down to make a black hole, it would form a black hole when it shrunk. So you squash it down till it's about 2 miles, and then that would form a black hole. 6 billion times the mass of the sun means you multiply that by 6 billion. So these things, the so-called Schwarzschild radius, is larger than our solar system. So what you're seeing there is the emission from the material that's swirling around it. It's called the accretion disk. So you have material that's orbiting very fast, emitting a lot of radiation, and that's what you see. It's a flat disk, by the way. Think Saturn's rings. So this material is very flat. But what you're seeing in that photograph is the light rays being bent around the black hole from that flat disk. So that was a prediction from Einstein's theory, basically. He published it in 1915. And you can predict that that's what one should look like. And then just about, what was that, 4 years ago now, maybe 5 years ago, for the first time in history, we get an image of one. and it looks like the prediction. In science, at the moment, space science, we have this debate a lot actually, because of course, space probes like Curiosity that's on Mars at the moment, that's really cheap compared to sending people to Mars. And so quite often the scientists who want to find out about the world will say, well, we should spend it on robots. We shouldn't spend it on people. I think crewed space exploration is in some ways, I mean, it's clearly true at the moment that humans can do more than robots, so we can explore the place better. It's about living and working off the planet, which I think is quite a persuasive argument, actually. We've already industrialized near-Earth orbit, so it's already a multi-billion-dollar industry. You know, communication satellites and weather satellites, GPS, whatever. You know, we're already up there. And so learning to live and work in space is, I think, a natural extension of our civilization. Plus the fact, if you talk to Elon or Jeff Bezos, they point out that the amount of resources available just slightly above our heads is vast. And so I remember I talked to Jeff Bezos actually once, and he thinks really simply, and he said, you know, for example, in the asteroid belt, there's enough metal, I think, to build a skyscraper. What is it? It's something like 800 stories tall and cover the Earth in it, right? If you want. Now, we don't want to do that. But his point was that the energy from the sun is all up there, the resources are up there. So you could almost imagine trying to zone the Earth residential at some point in the future to protect the planet and do your heavy industry off the planet, for example. And it sounds like science fiction, except that now SpaceX and Blue Origin, those people have got reusable rockets. So suddenly the economics become sensible. I think expansion is good. And I think we will expand. And I think we will expand outwards, because there's not much room left on this planet to expand. That's a whole different idea. It's not about gathering scientific information. It's about a frontier and all the benefits that come from
Okay, my bad, yo. Sorry.
on a frontier, which we've
Sheffield would so use this as a clip.
There is no frontier left.
Someone clip that,
So I
please.
like
My
the
bad.
idea.
Just noticed that. Alright, I didn't even fully. That's smart. Yeah, leave it like this,
So
not
there
like
is
this.
no
Alright.
planet we can go to other than Mars.
I think it was so
So
low
you
too you
can't
could
go
barely
to
even hear it.
Mars,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
kind of dumb. Anyways, let's log back in. Do that. Let me go. What I need to. I want to literally. I think this could be my next life
So just
goal.
imagine that you have
Figure
a gun
this out.
that's firing bullets or pellets at a screen that has two slits, two openings. Those are double slits. And you're into it. So just imagine that you have a gun that's firing bullets or
Boom,
pellets
boom,
at
boom.
a screen that has two slits, two openings.
Two
Those are
slits.
double slits.
Boom, 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 boom,
And
boom,
your
boom.
intuition tells you that those pellets that get through the left opening will land in a band aligned with it on the left, and those that get through the right will land in a
Right.
band aligned with it on the right.
That makes sense.
And that's what happens.
With
Which is
bullets.
good, with bullets.
Okay.
Let's now run that experiment with one change. We're simply going to dial down the size of the bullets, making them smaller, as small as little particles like electrons. When you fire the electrons at the barrier with the two slits, you don't just get two bands. You get more bands. And that simple change
It's because there's energy everywhere. And this energy is deflecting in different ways.
going from our expectation of two bands to, in this case, 5 bands, that represents the single greatest upheaval in our understanding of reality that the species has ever encountered. So just imagine.
There's energy everywhere. Double slit experiment. Double slit experiment. Energy is everywhere, and these molecules are so light that the energy is making it like hit past it. The clip doesn't explain it good? Okay, let me see. I think the clip like dumbed it down really good. Maybe it didn't explain it good though.
What about the double slit experiment?
That experiment is widely misunderstood. This whole idea is the observer effect, where if you're not looking at it, you get one result, but if you look at it, you get another result, as though your consciousness is affecting the experiment. And consciousness right now is not a fully understood construct. So here's what's going on. We are illuminated by lights in this space. The light is coming from the bulb, reflecting off of you, entering my retina, going to my brain. Let's say you were smaller. Let's keep making you smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. there is a size below which, when I turn on that light, you will absorb that light and jump to another state of existence. But if you're an electron, I turn on the lights, the photon hits the electron jumps to a different state. I cannot know what the electron is doing unless I illuminate it, and if I illuminate it, it's doing something different from what it was before I illuminated. It has nothing to do with consciousness. It has to do with interacting with the object in order to make a measurement.
What about the double slit experiment?
That
Okay, that was interesting. What was it say at the very end? He said,
Slit experiment.
is doing unless I illuminate it, and if I illuminate it, it's doing something different from the electron jumps to a different state. I cannot know what the electron is doing unless I illuminate it, and if I illuminate,
we can't figure out what the electron is doing till we illuminate it. Then when that light hits that electron, it's doing something different than what it was previously doing. Because the electrons are everywhere. And whenever you cut on that light, it slits. It slits through the fabric of time.
illuminate it, it's doing something different from what it was before I illuminated. It has nothing to do with consciousness.
So that means if it reacts to something as small as light and it jumps to a new state, that means it's everywhere. That's hard to think about.
When a laser emits beams of light particles called photons at a screen with two slits, you'd expect to see two strips to correspond with the two slits. Instead, we see a pattern of light and dark bands. This suggests that light behaves like waves that pass through both slits simultaneously, interfering with each other to create the pattern on the second screen. However, when scientists used a measuring device to observe the slit that each photon passed through, the interference pattern disappeared and two strips appeared. The act of observing which slit it went through changed the behavior of the photons. No one knows why observing a particle.
Here we go. This lady is doing the best. Okay, this is the one you wanted. Okay, this is the best explanation so far. All right, bet. Let's lock in then.
Laser emits beams of light particles called photons.
When a laser, okay, let me lock in. Like actually, word for word, bar for bar.
Laser emits beams of light particles called photons at a screen with two slits. You'd expect to see two strips to correspond with the two slits. Instead, we see a pattern of light and dark bands. This suggests that light behaves like waves that pass through.
So what that tells me is light doesn't shoot like this. Like whenever you imagine a flashlight, right? Like let's say a flashlight, it like shoots off a beam of light, right? In my head, like it's like this. Right, I assume that is sort of how it looks, actually. But like, it's not even like this. It's literally like as soon it's like this. So it's like this, and then it just comes out everywhere. Hold on, that kind of makes sense to me. We think of it like that, contained. But what if it just comes out like... It's kind of interesting.
Both slits simultaneously interfere.
Yes, this doesn't work with the things larger than the tiniest particles, but they are kind of everywhere and nowhere at once.
With each other to create behaves like waves that pass through both slits simultaneously.
Maybe... There's another force. Light is interacting with something else. Whenever particles get so tiny, they react to something else.
Interfering with each other to create the pattern on the second screen. However, when scientists used a measuring device to observe the slit that each photon passed through, the interference pattern disappeared and two strips appeared. The act of observing which slit it went through changed the behavior of the photons. No one knows why observing a particle causes its behavior to change. When a laser emits...
Can you do it like this, bro? Can you do it like this? I'm looking. I'm not looking. I'm looking. I'm not looking. Like, what happens if you like? Can you psych out photons? Be like this. I'm not looking. You know what I'm saying? You know how you play peekaboo with a baby? Peekaboo. Can you play peekaboo with photons? When we measure them, they sort of like pick a place to actually exist. They react to the nothingness. Instead of reacting, they react to the nothingness. Instead of like, you know how like, okay, there's like darkness. Like this is darkness, right? This is darkness. But when a flashlight shoots off its beam of light into it, it brightens up the darkness. What if it bounces off the dark? How do I explain that? What am I talking about? I don't know, to be honest.
Beams of light particles called photons at a screen with two slits. You'd expect to see two strips to correspond with the two slits. Instead, we see a pattern of light and dark bands. This suggests that light behaves like waves that pass through both slits simultaneously, interfering with each other to create the pattern on the second screen. However, when scientists used
that makes sense.
a measuring device to observe the slit that each photon passed through, the interference pattern disappeared.
Oh man, interesting.
There is one experiment which encapsulates all the properties of the quantum world. It's called the double slit experiment. Let's say you have an electron gun that emits particles, and then you have a barrier that has two slits cut in it and a screen. The electron
Maybe the test is phony because we're shooting it. Atom gun fires one atom at a time. One atom at a time. See, in my head, how can we change up the experiment? Maybe we could. Is there a different way to shoot out these atoms? Like, probably not, right? Can we fire, instead of one at a time, can we fire 100 at a time and see what happens?
electrons can go through one slit or the other one, depending on how they come out, with maybe a bit of a spread because they rattle around a bit when they go through. But that's not what you see. You see sort of stripes. A stripe on the screen where you get lots of electrons, and then a stripe where you get very few or none. And then another stripe where you get lots, and then a stripe where you get very few or none. That pattern is exactly the same pattern that you would get if you sent waves through the slits. And waves have the property that they can interfere with each other. The fact that you get it from particles is interesting. But here's another interesting thing. You still get that pattern if you send one particle at a time through the slits. There is one...
No, that one was weird. What?
...with each other. The fact that you get it from particles is interesting. But here's another interesting thing. You still get that pattern if you send one...
There's something reflecting off of this wall. There's something reflecting off of this wall right here. Two slits. Particles. Shooting into this one, shooting into this one. It can only be one particle. One particle splits into two. So what that tells me is this particle, faster than the speed of light, bounces off of this, comes back and splits it in half. It splits its own self in half like a wave or so. I don't know. Does a wave even do that? I just made that up, but it said it's like a wave, so I kind of compared it. I don't know. How could one particle go through two slits? Do the same thing. Did my brain just not... Hold on.
There is one experiment which encapsulates all the properties of the...
Yo, Saul, it's just me and you tonight, buddy. We're vibing. Let's vibe.
World. It's called the double slit experiment. Let's say you have an electron gun
see,
that emits...
This is what the next Einstein will figure out. Why the quantum-sized particles don't follow the same physics larger things do. Yes, I love it. Why the quantum-sized particles don't follow the same physics? Because they're... How can one particle split into two different... Wait, hold on. Let me...
Particles.
I need to run this a bunch of times through the head, through the brain. So you know how things go to me, and then something's like, something's not adding up here. This like also things need to like flow through my brain, and then flow again. I don't know how to explain that, but like
the electrons can go.
It's like a paintbrush. You know how you paint something? One stroke, two stroke. Okay, it's painted, but it's not good. 3 stroke, 4 stroke. Okay, it looks a little bit better, but it needs another coat. That's like my brain needs another coat of knowledge.
One slit or the other one, depending on how they come. There is one experiment which encapsulates all the properties of the quantum world. It's called the double slit experiment. Let's say you have an electron gun that emits particles, and then you have a barrier that
they call it the unified theory of everything, but it doesn't exist yet.
Cut in it and a screen. The electrons can go through one quantum world. It's called the double slit experiment. Let's say you have an electron gun that emits particles, and then you have a barrier that has 2 slits cut in it and a screen. The electron electrons can go through one slit or the other one, depending on how they come out, with maybe a bit of a spread because they rattle around a bit when they go through. But that's not what you see. You see sort of stripes, a stripe on the screen where you get lots of electrons, and then a stripe where you get very few or none, and then another stripe where you get
very few or none. So it dissipates. It gets a little bit less. It's full force, a little bit less. Full force, a little bit less. What does that mean?
Stripes, a stripe on the screen where you get lots of electrons, and then a stripe where you get very few or none.
Why would you get a lot and then a very few or none? Why is it splitting and making different patterns?
And then another stripe where you get lots, and then a stripe where you get very few or none. That pattern is exactly the same pattern that you would get if you sent waves.
Okay, so what does that tell me? I need to learn more about waves.
Pattern
What is this telling me? I need to learn more about waves and how waves work.
The same pattern that you would get if you sent waves.
That's what that's telling me. If they act like waves, what other things do they have in common with waves? What kind of weird things do waves do? What's up, little pee-pee?
Old timers will know that you could get AM radio from very distant cities late at night. And the reason why you could do that is AM radio waves, once they were broadcast by the antenna, would reflect off the bottom of the ionosphere and be able to cover more than the curvature of the Earth.
Huh?
AM radio waves, once they were broadcast by the antenna, would reflect off the bottom of the ionosphere and be able to cover more than the curvature of the Earth that you could see from where your radio was. Wow. Whereas FM goes straight out into space. If you want FM across multiple cities, you need repeaters and all sorts of other things. You need all manner of ways to get that signal into other places. Now, of course, everything's cable driven and satellite driven. Old timers will...
In the 17th century, many scientists like Dutch astronomer
Hola, hey, hold on. What the fuck? Why am I 13? What's up, Peterson? You're 13, buddy?
Huygens thought that light was a wave vibrating in some kind of ether.
Is light a wave? Is light a wave? Is light a wave in 1629? Well, he's probably like 20, 30 years old. 1660. 1660. Is light a wave? That's what I'm trying to say. It's not me that has like these ideas. These dudes have thought about these ideas for years and years, and over 500, almost 400, 500 years ago, they were thinking of this idea that I'm trying to think of now. 400 years ago.
Ether was presumed to exist because all waves
350 to 400, whatever.
Medium. But around the same time, other scientists, most prominent in the 17th century, many scientists like Dutch astronomer Christian.
Is light a wave or particle? Dude, no way these dudes are that smart.
Huygens thought that light was a wave vibrating in some kind of ether. Ether was presumed to exist
That's so crazy. The unified theory of everything. I need to look that up too. Sorry. What's up, Peterson? How you been today, bro? What'd you do? What's the vibe like? Unified theory of everything. What you been up to today, buddy? Let's see.
Einstein's theories of motion and gravity. If you
Yo, give me a minute. I'm gonna let my mind ponder, if you know what I'm saying, bro. This is a late night stream. I'm about to charge up and solve the 8th mystery of the world.
Einstein's theories.
The universal energy of everything. Yo, Solid Tank, be honest. The energy of everything. How fire does that sound? Does that sound fire or no? The universal law? No. The energy of everything. Yo, that sound the energy of everything.
If you put in low speed Einstein's theories of motion and gravity, if you put in low speeds and low gravity in the equations, they become Newton's equations.
My phone's actually about to die.
Newton's
What percent?
universe is a subset, an accurately described subset of a larger universe that Einstein has described. And even with Einstein, his equations can't take us to
The energy of everything is fire. Let me just look that up, make sure nobody said that. Energy of everything. Everything is energy, but that's not what I'm saying. Write it backwards. Energy of everything. Dude, this is not a saying yet. This is not a thing yet, bro. Trust me, bro. I Googled it. Wait, trust me, bro. I Googled it. I came up with this. I'm just playing. But I actually do think I did. The energy of everything meaning. The energy of everything meaning. No, bro. I typed it. I literally came up with this on off the tip of the Johnson. What? Off the tip of my tip. Sorry, that's crazy.
Einstein's theories of motion and gravity. If you put in low speeds and low gravity in the equations, they become Newton's equations. So Newton's universe is a subset, an accurately described subset of a larger universe that Einstein has described. And even with Einstein, his equations can't take us to the center of a black hole, the singularity that's there, the singularity at the beginning of the universe. We know now that his theories fail. They blow up on the page. So we have a whole frontier of science. The string theorists, you've heard of them. We got top people working on this to try to extend Einstein's laws into an even bigger regime.
I just need to be in the room with these people so I can ask them questions, bro. I'm not going to be the person that solves... I'm not going to be a snaky that solves 1 to the z q plus 3 squared divided by... Oh, that's not me. I don't do that. The square root divided by pi. I'll never do this. This will never be me. But I will help theorize and come up with discoveries. This is this is me. This is what I do. I'll never do this. B squared plus C squared equals... I'll never be Einstein. But I could be Einstein's little bro. I'm little bro.
That can then explain everything that's...
It's like the old masters paintings. No one has ever painted better. That's true, bro. Like the Mona Lisa is so beautiful. But maybe like... Yo, that's a good point though. Maybe things were so terrible that like when we sing greatness, it was like quantified, you know, like ×5 beautiful because everything else was so ugly back then. Bro, Sam, I wish I studied physics and it was so bad. You know, you still got time. We do still got time. Yeah, what's up, Solid? You down to go back to school together? Let's go back to school and study physics. You down?
Einstein's theories of motion and gravity. If you put in low speeds and low gravity in the equations, they become Newton's equations. So Newton's universe is a subset, an accurately described subset of a larger universe that Einstein has described. And even with Einstein, His equations can't take us to the center of a black hole.
The center of a black hole, because there is no center, bro. It's simultaneously, the black hole is simultaneously sucking and shooting out. As it comes in, it goes out as antimatter. It comes in as matter, goes out as antimatter. Yo, did I cook? Be honest. Did I cook? Be honest. There is no center of a black hole because there is no actual black. But like, what is this thing then that sucks in and shoots out? What is that? That doesn't make sense. And we also know black holes gain mass. They get bigger. So that also doesn't make sense. So it sucks up matter and creates antimatter down here. Sucks up matter, creates antimatter. What you think, Solid? What you think?
The singularity that's there, the singularity at the beginning of the universe. We know now that his theories fail. They blow up on the page. So
I'm going to have to learn as much mathematics as I possibly can to understand why Einstein could not complete his unified field theory. Well, today
that checks out to you. The math checks out.
Read from Einstein's
we didn't do any math.
Theory,
we just made that up.
The theory that may one day answer these questions about higher dimensions, about time travel, about starships and hyperdrive. I can read that book now, and I realize that all the dead ends that he was hitting, I can see where he stopped, where certain avenues were promising, but he simply couldn't take it any farther. And the reason why is because the nuclear force was not known till the 1970s, and yet he was working on the unified field theory starting in the 1920s. This was an impossible task.
That's crazy.
He was putting together a jigsaw puzzle with one of the big pieces missing. And that big piece was the nuclear force.
Okay, buddy. Now I gotta look up the nuclear force. Nuclear force. See, this is the kind of stuff that interests me. You know, some people, baby shark, do, baby shark. This is what interests me, bro.
One of the massive questions in theoretical physics is why gravity is such a weak.
That's what is crazy. We could find a new force tomorrow that totally changes everything. That's why I love not doing what I do, but like that's why I love thinking, bro. Like I swear, I'm not trolling. 100% believe, 100% in me believes any one of us could come up with. Any one of us could literally not necessarily change the world, but literally change like our, change the world.
One of the massive questions in theoretical physics is why gravity is such a weak.
But we do got a little scary issue right now going on where this isn't cool. This isn't fun. Like people like, bro, what are you talking about? Like people don't care about this right now, right? Nowadays it's idiocracy, dumb views. Whoa, who cares? Lie, So I'm saying we're ahead right now. We're in the times of when Galileo was looking at the stars through his telescope. Hold on. This is us over here looking through the stars in the telescope. And we're seeing like new planets, bro. And then the idiocracy comes by and says, "Hey, give me that. You're dumb and stupid." Ha ha ha. And then they take it from us. We're in this day and age right now, like
4 forces of nature, 3 of them which are weak force. There are 4 forces of nature, 3 of them which are electromagnetism and the strong and weak nuclear forces. So they're the forces that stick particles together to make atoms and molecules. Those forces are all roughly the same strength, give or take a bit. But gravity is a million times weaker than the other 3 forces, which you can
wait, what?
Kind of picture, because if you think about this little laser pointer I've got here, I can pick it up off the ground even though the Earth is trying to pull it down. So I can resist, and you can resist the force of a planet. So we don't have an explanation.
But once we're on the inside of that force, maybe the force no longer affects us.
Explanation for that. So there's probably something very interesting about gravity, and I'd love to see an answer to that. Pointer I've got here, I can pick it up
Once you've crossed the plane of gravity, once you cross this plane of gravity, there is no gravity. Question mark? We don't feel the effects of gravity. This is why the general relativity of everything. Wait, that's how Einstein came up with the general relativity.
Off the ground, even though the Earth is trying to pull it down. So I can resist, and you can resist the force of a planet. So we don't have an explanation for that. So there's.
I mean, obviously, it's not the exact explanation, but
The force that keeps protons and neutrons glued together.
this is what's very interesting to me right here, bro.
Inside the nucleus of larger atoms. This is usually referred to as the strong nuclear force, and it's distinct from the strong force which keeps quarks glued together. This is also a form of potential energy and also makes up part of the mass of an atom. So let me cover that briefly here. As I described so far, the strong force mediated by the exchange of gluons holds charged quarks together inside a nucleon, that is a proton or a neutron. But
What's up,
if a
CRISPR?
quark is pulled out of a nucleon far enough, the potential energy created by that stretch is enough to create a new quark-antiquark pair. When this happens, the stretched quark drops back into the nucleon, but the quark-antiquark pair forms a short-lived new particle called a meson. This meson has a slightly longer range than a gluon, typically about the diameter.
Oh man, okay, you're losing me in the exacts.
Our universe is governed by four known
Like I said, I'll never be the guy that does m squared plus b squared equals c squared. Whatever the freak. Not that that's bad, but like, I'll never be that guy.
forces. The first is gravity. Although it is the weakest, it's the most far-reaching. It is responsible for keeping planets.
Gravity is the weakest because it's the most far-reaching and it's so stretched. It's stretched out so thin.
This is governed by four known
Otherwise, it
fundamental
is the
forces.
strongest. I believe.
The
I don't know.
first is gravity. Although it is the weakest, it's the most far-reaching. It is responsible for keeping planets and stars in their orbits, and it governs the structure of the universe on a large scale.
Like, actually think about this. We're circling the sun right now.
Orbits, and it governs the structure of the universe.
Check
on a large
Vibe and watch
scale.
it all.
Then we have the electromagnetic force, responsible for the interactions between electrically charged particles. It holds atoms and molecules together and is responsible for the behavior of light. The third is the weak nuclear force, responsible for radioactive decay, which occurs when an unstable atomic nucleus loses energy by emitting particles.
Electromagnetic force, like your dream. You talking about this? Positive, 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 positive. Are you talking about this? Oh my God! Positive forces and negative forces. Wait, is this actually what you're talking about, bro? This is actually insane. The electromagnetic force. Hold on, Christopher. I'll look at it in 1 minute, bro.
Atoms
Hold
and
on.
molecules together and is
Gaping black hole painting again.
responsible for the behavior of light. The third is
What's up, Snakey? Yo, Snakey. Listen, Snakey. I'm gonna listen, Snakey. I'm gonna come up with the ideas, and you're gonna do the math. Snakey, you're gonna be in your room for 20 years working on this math problem. E equals E. This is the math problem I need you to solve, bro. E equals E. Energy equals everything. The energy of everything.
weak nuclear, the electromagnetic force, responsible for the interactions. It's the most far-reaching. It is responsible for keeping planets and stars in their orbits, and it governs the structure of the universe on a large scale. Then we have the electromagnetic force.
The electromagnetic force.
Responsible for the interactions between electrically charged particles. It holds.
Is that not weird? I have a dream talking about like electromagnetic forces, and I have a dream like in my dream something. I actually like recorded it like on my phone. I woke up and I recorded it. 1 second. Yes, they don't even know why things have a positive or negative charge at all. The official answer is it's just a fundamental way the force works. The universe works. Atoms don't work without positive and negative charges. Wait, that is so crazy. So why did I have this dream? Like, It wasn't even like a dream that I was having. It was like something in my brain said plus, 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 negative, plus, plus, negative, negative, plus, negative, 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 negative. And then it's repeating. Negative, 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 plus, negative, negative, plus, plus, negative, plus. What is happening?
Atoms and molecules together and is responsible for the behavior of light.
The behavior of light. Light is like one of the most important things. Light is like, it's charged energy.
Particles. It holds atoms and molecules.
Light is charged energy. Light is charged energy. And darkness is dark energy.
Molecules together and is responsible for the behavior of light. The third is the weak nuclear force, responsible for radioactive decay, which occurs when an unstable atomic nucleus loses energy by emitting particles. Finally,
So you know why in my brain things are negative and positive? In my brain things are negative and positive. Oh God, hold on. Because like I said, these things came together. Bzz, gas. Black hole, boom. Whenever it boomed, it took all the positive and negative and split it. It split the positive and negative. Boom, split the positive and negative. All this positive and negative went everywhere out the world. But then, like, remember, the positive and negatives, zoop, right back together. Zoop. Gas. Zoop. Boom. Back to here. I don't know, bro. I think I'm onto something. See, what had happened was, in the beginning of time,
have the strong nuclear force that holds, which occurs when an unstable.
No, but you know what's crazy, Gyro? Check this out, bro. They're talking about, like, we don't even know why atoms have a positive and negative force, bro. The electromagnetic force, bro. Right? In my dream, I don't know what my dream was about, but it was telling me, bro, something about electromagnetic force. My brain just woke up and said positive, positive. So, but also there's a negative positive. There's a negative positive. You talking about nuclear fusion, homie? I'm just talking.
Magnetic force responsible
about what? I don't know.
For the interactions between electrically charged.
Listen, I talk. Y'all put the pieces of the puzzle together. I just create the puzzle. Y'all put the puzzle together. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Particles. It holds atoms and molecules together and is responsible for the behavior of light. The third is the weak nuclear force, responsible for radioactive decay, which
that's radioactive decay
occurs when an unstable atomic nucleus loses energy by emitting particles. Finally, we have the strong nuclear force that holds the nuclei of atoms together. It is energy by emitting particles. Finally, we have the strong nuclear force.
The strong nuclear force. I want to learn more about this.
That holds the nuclei of atoms together.
The nuclei of... How could even the smallest of atoms come together?
It is the strongest of the fundamental forces, but its range is very short, acting only over distances on the order of the size of atomic nuclei.
God, this is so cool to me. So gravity is the weakest, but it has the furthest reach.
But its range.
This is the strongest.
The nuclei of atoms together. Finally, we have the strong nuclear
The strong force is the
that holds
strongest.
The nuclei of atoms together. It is the strongest of the fundamental
but it's
forces,
the shortest.
But its range is very short.
Remember I told you about my dream the other night? I literally had a dream where I traveled in and I was right here. I literally experienced this exact thing. I was right here. I was in the middle looking at the information being transferred. I'm not trolling.
Acting only over distances on the order of the size of atomic nuclei.
Check Vibin, Solo.
Cosmos.
My bad. Let me check Vibin because Christopher Charles told me to talk about this the other night. Look at this. What'd you want me to see, Christopher? Randy Orton surprises JD with a RKO. I'm scared to watch things like this because I'll get copyrighted, Christopher. Wait, that was actually hilarious, though.
In a minute, follow the secrets of the universe. Our universe is governed by 4 known fundamental forces.
Your other dream was literally traveling down. Literally, I traveled down this piece of information right here. I traveled down this. Like, not even joking. I was like a little star of information right here. Looking at my own brain. I don't know.
On the order of the size of a
Maybe somebody gave me some information, bro. Albert. Hawk. Hawk on my cock. What? Hawkins. I was talking about Hawkins. Mr. Hawk. Hawkins. I'm trying, bro. I promise. I'm trying.
Nuclei. For more videos of...
I'm trying, bro. I promise. No, I mean, am I trying hard enough? Probably not. I'm beginning. I'm beginning right now.
What is Quark Gluon?
Hawking was on Trumpstein Island. Yeah, I don't know if it was Trumpstein Island. That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's shortly after the.
So, like, just a quick little thing on Epstein Island. Bunch of terrible, horrible people. I would say probably the majority of human beings that were on Epstein Island, I don't know if they knew. Like, I would say they probably heard rumors about some stuff going. I would say probably 90% of the people that actually went to Epstein Island, like, this is just straight guessing out of my bungolio, so don't really take this seriously. If I had to guess, 75 to 80% of the people that went to Epstein Island heard rumors about weird things going on there, right? Like, to what extent, I don't know, right? But I'm trying to be as fair and genuine as possible. Probably at least 75 to 80% probably knew. I would say there's probably 20% of people, friends of friends, random people that just, like, got invited. I don't know. I don't know how exclusive these parties were, bro. Maybe 90, 100%. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Maybe you had to be extremely somebody to even get on these islands. I really don't know. Probably so. Probably 90%. Now I think about that, but... Do I think every single one of them, like, did weird things? Do I think they went there and got their freak on? Like, probably, yeah. Do I think all of them went there and got their freak on with minors? No. Could it have been? Yes. What are the odds? Not sure, right? Like, that's how my brain breaks down things as a person that tries to be as fair as possible. Even though I would say I very much dislike Trump. Like, you know, I wouldn't be the first to say he did something weird, but do I think he did? Possibly. Like, I don't. I try to be fair, bro.
A second after the Big Bang. So
yeah.
You end up with a.
Hawkins had them Hawk 2 on his monitor. That's crazy. What's so funny about that is I just watched like the Hawkins movie, so it's kind of funny. Like, I don't know.
Quarks and gluons. So quarks are the building blocks of protons and neutrons, and gluons are the things that stick them together. So a proton has 2 up quarks and a down quark.
A gluon. Hold on, my brain. Hold on, my brain. Hold on. I've never heard of a gluon.
Soup of
Are we just creating this word just because?
Gluons. So quarks are the building blocks of protons and neutrons, and gluons are the things that stick them together.
Scroll further and vibe it. All right, my bad.
So
I got you, Snaky. Nobody uses MySpace anymore. Yo, if y'all don't know, please follow my MySpace, bro. I created a MySpace. This is gonna go viral for me one day. Not yet. Like, I'm lazy loser, right? I don't promote it. I don't talk about it, right? Eventually, I should make TikTok, YouTube Shorts, everything on this, right? In time. This is literally what life is all about. Just traveling on a... What? Traveling on a rocket ship with 2 boosters on the back. 2 boosters on the back of this rocket. Swimming with a paddle stroking with a paddle through the space-time curriculum. Is this the moon?
A proton has 2 up quarks and a down quark. And a
All right, hold on. Who? A guac and a...
Gluon.
What are you talking about? A guac and a cock? What is he talking about?
Yeah, so that's shortly after the billionth of a second after the Big Bang. So
Yeah.
you end up with a soup of quarks and gluons. So quarks are the building blocks of protons and neutrons, and gluons are the things that stick them together. So a proton has 2 up quarks and a down quark, and a neutron has 2 down quarks and an up quark, and so on. So they're the constituents, the protons and neutrons, which are the constituents of our atomic nuclei. So if you go to very high temperatures or high energies, then the protons and neutrons fall.
See, this is sort of where I get lost in the sauce, bro. Like, I need somebody that understands this and talk to me stupid. Be like, yo, you big dummy, this is what this means. Which he's kind of doing, but...
to bits. Then you end up with a soup of quarks and gluons, and that's a quark-gluon plasma. Then the protons and neutrons fall to bits.
So this is the tiniest of the tiny. This is what holds this together. So what is this, and what holds this together?
You end up with a soup of quarks and gluons, and that's a quark-gluon plasma.
And it's insanely dense, right?
Yeah, well, very high energy.
What is this? All right, hold on, let me see. Epstein, Anklin, all right, buddy. None of the people who went have come out and said, I went, and here's what happened. Which makes me think they are all guilty as well. Yo, that's, I mean, very interesting. I'm sure if, like, interesting. Okay, so let's think about it. Would you want to associate your solid tank? Okay, for example, let's say you went to Epstein Island and you didn't do anything weird, right? Let's just, put yourself there, for example. All right, this is how I would do it. This is how I do things, right? It's called put yourself in people's shoes, right? Let's say you went to Epstein Island and you just got your freak on with, like, I was going to say a nice lady. I was going to say young lady, but now that sounds so weird. I can't say that. With a nice lady. You got your freak on with a nice lady, right? Cool, it's just some normal thing. And then this weird stuff comes out. Would you go out and say, yo, I went to Epstein Island and it was cool. I actually had a great time. Would you? There was nothing weird going on there. Would you say that? Like, be honest, be genuine. Would you come out and say that? Like, try to, like, that's how you that's how you break things down fairly, right? Would you go out there and say that? Or would everybody immediately say you're guilty, right? Kind of scary to think about. I'm saying the whole flight logs came out showing all these slips who did. That's true. That is very true. But, like, how do you battle that? How do you battle, like, for example, like, I just broke it down. All these flight logs came out and said, yeah, oh, he's there. So, like, if they say anything, bro, right now at this point, if they say anything, yo, I was on the logs and nothing weird happened, would you believe them? Like, just be honest, would you? Like, think about it, like, fairly. If like, let's say, who's, like, one random person? If Stephen Hawking came out and said, yo, I did not do anything wrong at Epstein's Island, I promise. Would you be like, yeah, I believe you, Stephen? Or would you be like, no, he's a liar? Genuinely, in this day and age, I don't really think anybody, like, would be very genuine. I think everybody would assume, like, the absolute worst. No matter if Hawking was like, yeah, I just got her to hawk tool on my computer, that was it. And it was actually a grown woman. Everybody would be like, yeah, he's lying. So it's like, it's just like a lose-lose situation. You're asking all the wrong questions. No, I mean, believe me, I think of both sides, bro. Like, I think what you're doing, you would ask the basic questions, right? I'm asking the questions that, like, go past, like, oh, all these dudes are pedophile, right? I'm, like, past that idea, right? That's, like, the basic that's, like, the floor. If they sound sincere and the story makes sense, yes. Okay, that might be you, Solid Tank. Okay, and I believe you. That might be you. But let's say the average human. Like, the average human nowadays, right? I was talking to Solid Tank. Now, you still... Okay, my bad. That's like... if you're fair, yeah, but like how many people are fair nowadays, right? Like it's kind of like everybody assumes the worst nowadays, right? You know, innocent until proven guilty. It's more like guilty until proven innocent nowadays. Because your reputation is everything. And people are dumb. So like if people for example, like it's hard to explain. Even if you proved yourself right, like there's still a 25% amount of people that are going to be out there and not even like believe you. I'm engaging in hypothetical conversation, Gyro. I don't know how they can be wrong questions. That's true. Listen, no question is wrong. We're all here just thinking. That's okay. But I do think like not necessarily, you know, wrong, but fairness. Like how fair is the average human nowadays? I think personally, like I said, if Stephen Hawking, he came out and was like, yo, no, there was like some normal 40-year-old woman that hawked Tua on my monitor and she got my computer slicked up. Everything was cool. I think 75% of the humans would be like, nah, he's lying. There's some weird stuff going on. And so it's going to damage their reputation regardless, right? But believe me, there was probably like 80% of people that did some weird stuff there, bro. Like there's some weird, you know, it's Epstein, the freaks, you know, like. And that's the thing is like, if somebody were to hear me like talking about it and like, they'd be like, oh dude, he's defending pedophile. Like that's like that basic line of thinking, right? Like somebody would think that. And it's like, oh God, like so far behind in like the thought decision-making process.
If we're expanding, run the clock back.
Anyways, how did we get on Epstein's weird island, bro? I'm taking off of Epstein's island. Anyways, bad stuff happened there, which is why no one has said a single thing about it. No, I absolutely believe that, bro. Bad stuff happened there, which is why no one has said a single thing about it. That's so true, bro.
Smaller in the past. Could the whole universe been in the same place at the same time?
But did everybody know? You know, it's like, you know, how far do you want to break it down, et cetera, et cetera.
Point. If it was, that means the universe had a beginning. That's when the whole conversation began about the universe having a beginning. It had nothing to do with the fact that we're born and we live.
No one really fair. No one's really fair now. I'm fair on. Yeah, nobody is really fair now. Like, it's everybody just assumes the worst. And I kind of, like, I'm no better. You know, sometimes I assume the worst too, right? Like, I'm not perfect. When I say these things, I don't try to put myself, like, above anybody. I do it too, right? Like, and so that's why I try to be as fair as possible. And if I assume the worst sometimes, I know, like, you know, other people do, right? Like, and then some people do that as, like, their main, like, way of thinking, right? Things like that. Research and study and dig and keep digging. No service talk about shit you just don't know about. I think the issue is none of us know about it, really. None of us actually know. We're all kind of guessing. Because they actually have like the flight logs and stuff, but like, are they going to release it? Until then, are we just like kind of speculating? Actually, didn't Bill Clinton go there like 30 times, bro? No, you go there 30 times. You go there 30 times, you're free.
Beginning, but what was around before the beginning? That's an important and interesting question. I do not know if that question has any more or less meaning than asking Santa Claus which way is north.
What was before the Big Bang is crazy. The double split, Swayze. This random video. Is light a wave? Yo, that's crazy. Gyro, no, I'll continue to have conversations about whatever I want. Thanks. Gyro, you really got to start using commas. You keep going, and people like me, I will keep checking people like you until you are knowledge, youngster. Why are you saying youngster? All right, I mean, let's chill.
Many scientists like Dutch astronomer Christian Huygens thought that...
Dude, the FAA and the FBI know exactly who came and went. Bro, that's, man. So why aren't they releasing that, yo? That's kind of scary, bro. What happened to, like, you know what? You know, all right, let me be honest. I'm going to say it. All right, everybody, listen up. I'm going to say it. Hold on. I actually said this the other night.
You know what? I'm about to say it.
I'm going to say it.
I don't care that you broke your elbow.
I genuinely think if the FBI released the entire, like, if the FBI released everything they had, I think not necessarily the world would collapse. I'm not trying to be dramatic. I think there's so much weird and damaging stuff that would happen that, like, how do you strip away the president? How do you strip away, like, America would uproar, right? Like, Trump had a Miss Teen pageant, bro. How weird is that? Why don't people talk about that? Miss Teen pageant? What are we doing? You're a billionaire and you got a teenage. What was it? Trump Miss Teen. Why would you ever even own that? You go to Epstein Island? What are we talking about here? Anyways, common knowledge, that's what the flight logs are. The 2008 BO investigation Acosta. What is that? Bro, I'm bleeding? What are you bleeding from, bro? The 2008 FBI Acosta, what is that? 2008. 1008, bro. What was happening in 1008? FB 2008 BL investigation. BL invest. Acosta. I don't even know what Acosta means. Shows Epstein prosecutor Alexander Acosta had poor judgment. What happened, Solid? I don't know actually. What is this dude about? Acosta defends notifying victims in 2008 Epstein. There's a 2008 Epstein case?
Breaking at 11, new developments tonight in the
I might have scratched my arm too hard.
Reports of a
What'd you do? You picked up like a scab or something and it like messed it up?
tonight in the Jeffrey Epstein case. Reports of a significant resignation for a key figure in the controversial 2008 plea deal.
What was he arrested for in 2008?
Here with details, Maris.
I confirmed late tonight that the lead federal
Any unaccompanied minor, and you could confirm ages with detective work with an eyewitness.
prosecutor.
So why does do y'all think that? All right, be honest. Like, be honest. Why all of a sudden is everybody like? Is all the like? I don't want to say. I hate getting political. Why are all the Republican people like? Oh yeah, let's not care about the Epstein no more. That was like one of the biggest things of Epstein didn't kill himself. That's like the biggest thing of all time. Why all of a sudden is it like, no, bro, y'all are dumb and losers for caring about that? Who cares? Like, what? Isn't like, come on, bro. That's like, you know, when you're like 12 and 13 years old and you start opening your mind a little bit. That's like, bro, this is like 12, 13-year-olds. Who would believe this nonsense?
From the 2008 case has now resigned. That prosecutor is A. Marie Villafana. Now, she submitted her resignation to the Justice Department, according to her attorney, Jonathan B. Ron. Now, according to the Miami Herald, Villafana has long planned to transition to a career in healthcare against Epstein in that 2008 case. Right now, a state investigation.
No, this is weird. What? They arrested Epstein in 2008 and let him off. Basically, Acosta did. What did they arrest him for? What? No, I want to see what nuclear force is. Hold on. What was Epstein arrested for in 2008? Sex trafficking of minors? When was Trump last photoed with Epstein? When was his last photo? What year? What year? Hold on. I don't really care about Trump in general. I just kind of want to know if Trump owned the Miss Teen pageant while also he got. Dude, all right, let me just watch a quick little short on this, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to get political. Trump, Epstein timeline. I just want to watch a quick little short or something about this. Dude, why is so many reports coming out right now about it? Is there not a... Can I not watch a short? Yeah, what's up, Aaron? I just want to know if Trump owned the Miss Teen pageant while also being friends with Epstein at that time. Trump, Epstein, French. I just wanted like a quick YouTube short. Oh yeah, Trump met him in here. Okay, yeah, Trump took a picture with him here. Oh yeah, this and that. Okay, cool. Bye. Is there not a little short about this? 1992, yes. Ex-Trump associate MAGA says Trump Epstein files will never be released. Closest ally. All right, whatever, man. Screw that's some weird stuff. That's Epstein and all that. That's weird stuff. You know, I don't talk. That's a different timeline. I'm in the timeline of like trying to figure out that is like normie loser energy stuff. Which I mean, not really. Like I hate saying it like that. That's weird. That's very serious. Like very extreme child sex trafficking. All that, right? That's all that. But in the like, I'm trying to care about the future and how life begins. So like, this is like weirdo stuff, you know. This ain't me. That's not me. I don't care about this, you know. Essentially, is what I'm trying to say.
How do particles stick together?
Anyways, let me see. Sorry, bro. Cocks and periods combined in one word. Hey yo, what's up, Aaron? Appreciate you, bro. Yo, Aaron. I don't know if you've seen it, bro, but I was talking about the beginning of life. Didn't I create something else? The energy of everything. I forgot what I said up here. Hold on. What did I say up here? What was this? Energy is everywhere. Oh, this is like them trying to take away our telescopes. Anyway, energy equals everything. I don't know. Energy is everywhere.
Together to form everything in the universe. The answer lies.
The last known photograph of Donald Trump with Jeffrey Epstein was on February 12th, 2000. Interesting. When did Trump sell his Miss Universe, whatever? Why would you ever own Miss Universe, bro? That is so weird. No, Miss Universe? Okay, that's cool. Miss Teen Universe? Wait, Wait, he was forced to sell it? Miss Universe. No, he had Miss Universe, right? When did he sell? Oh, Teen. Oh, Teen Universe. I think it's the same thing. Miss Universe and Teen Universe, I think. Three days later, so, dude, that's so weird. Anyways, whatever, whatever. Why, who would own a teen?
In the strong nuclear
whatever,
force,
bro.
How do particles stick together? How do particles stick together to form everything in the universe? The answer lies in the strong nuclear force, the most powerful of the four fundamental forces. This force holds protons and neutrons together inside an atom's nucleus. But the exact nature of how the strong force works is still a mystery. Could solving this puzzle give us new insights into the inner workings of matter and energy?
The strong force has to do something with the world's... hold on, let me see. The strong force has to do something with the world's electromagnetic field.
New insights into the...
Whatever the strong force is, it's always... The strong force. I want to see Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about it. I just want to see what his thought is.
There are only four fundamental particles.
I know I just
in the
watched this, I
universe.
think.
The
But
photon, which is light, the electron, of which there's several species. There's the anti-electron and this and that. But these are just to stay simple here. The photon, the electron, the quark, and the neutrino. That's it.
the quark. I need to look that up. The quark that keeps being brought up. The quark. Theory, I guess. Quark's even real.
We would later learn that the neutron and the...
If you want to be smart and be able to, not smart, if you want to be able to theorize on things, you have to have information from all avenues.
Proton. They themselves are not...
Because like, what if this piece of the puzzle fits over here, but I I got all this, but I'm missing this. But if I would have knew general everything, right?
Not fundamental, but they're made up of. We would later learn that the neutron and the proton, they themselves are not fundamental, but they're made up of quarks, 3 quarks each. Well, if they each have a charge, an electron is -1.
Why is it 3 quarks each? That's weird.
A neutron is neutral. A proton is +1. And if
Positive, negative, neutral. Is that why there's 3 of everything? There's always a positive, a negative, and a neutral. Neutral doesn't exist. It's always just a state of positive and negative, and in between to a state of neutral.
the neutron and proton are composed of quarks, then the quarks must have fractional charge. In fact, they do. The quarks come in charges of 1/3 and 2/3. These are the charges that quarks have. And you can combine them in different ways to recover either 0 charge or the charge of +1 for the proton. Quarks were theorized in 1964 by American physicist Murray Gell-Mann and George Zweig.
Silva might be going. Definitely not. In the blink of an eye, life passes by and your memories might as well be your dreams. This life is, man. I just want to figure things out, bro. I think that's so
Here's
cool.
the thing, there is nobody on planet Earth who knows the answer, unfortunately.
This is what's so cool to me. He says, unfortunately. It is unfortunate if you're a glass half full. Or if you're a glass half full or half empty, right? It's half empty in an unfortunate situation. The glass is half full, right? In my situation, because I still see a positive. So at least I still have half the glass left. It's still half full. In my head, he says this.
Here's the thing, there is nobody on planet Earth who knows the answer, unfortunately.
Who knows? There's nobody on Earth that knows the answer, unfortunately. See, he wants to already, not that it's him, he wants to already skip past the discovery process, right? The discovery process is like the journey to me. That's the thing. Like, imagine being that person to discover that journey. But it's not like a fault at him. He just wants to discover that to get to the next thing, right? That's just human nature. We all want to, like, I don't know why my camera's so laggy right now, sorry. We all just want to advance life, right?
Fortunately,
Well, not all of us, but like.
Here's the thing, there is nobody on planet Earth who knows the answer, unfortunately, yet.
Okay. What happens if a quark falls into a black hole? We ever found them in quark pairs?
Yeah.
Okay. And
quark pairs.
In a normal lab, if you take them and pull them apart, the force that wants to bring them together grows, which sounds weird when you're used to gravity and other things where distance makes something weaker. It's kind of like a rubber band.
Yeah.
As you stretch a rubber band, the force is greater.
Yeah, the gluonic force between them.
The gluonic force is held together by gluons. There will be a point where it snaps. As I understand my nuclear physics, it snaps with the exact amount of energy you put in, so that out of that energy creates 2 other quarks.
Yeah.
So now I have 4 quarks. Send a pair of quarks down the black hole, it gets split. Keep doing this, and so wouldn't the quarks eat the entire gravitational field of the black hole?
Yeah.
And that you wouldn't have a black hole left, you just have a ball of quarks.
Here's the thing, there is nobody on...
It's not a ball of quarks. It would be antimatter. It'd be the dark matter that's left over.
Planet Earth.
I have 4 quarks. Send a pair of quarks down the black hole, it gets split. Keep doing this, and so wouldn't the quarks eat the entire
Snaps it's talking about, it snaps like whenever, so it keeps it eats it all up until it's just quartz. That's why black holes don't make sense to me. They don't like suck things up and get bigger. They like, oh man, I don't know.
Gravitational field of the black hole.
Yeah.
And that you wouldn't have a black hole left, you just have a ball of quarks.
Here's the thing, there is nobody on...
Okay.
What is a quark? We think that inside the proton, there are...
Hypothetically speaking, if people were born in Turkey, eat the animal, or the cannibal. That's funny, Yui. Hypothetically speaking, if people born in Turkey, eat the animal, are they cannibals? That's rough but true, Gyro. In the blink of an eye, life passes by and your memories might as well be your dreams. It's kind of scary to think about. That's very true. Turkey is a proper noun. Use capitalization next time. Thank you. All right, why are use commas? Nobody's got to use commas, bro. Like, who are you? Who are we? English teachers? What are we doing?
3 quarks, subatomic particles that make up the protons and neutrons, which in turn make up our universe.
Gluon. That's what I need to look up. What is a gluon? Because these tiny particles are held together by this thing that's in the middle. What is the thing that's in the middle? That's interesting. What is a gluon?
And it wasn't just the Higgs boson particle that you guys had discovered. What is quark gluon plasma?
Yeah, so that's shortly after the billionth of a second after the Big Bang. So
Yeah.
you end up with a soup of quarks and gluons. So quarks are the building blocks of protons and neutrons, and gluons are the things that stick them together. So a proton has 2 up quarks and a down quark, and a neutron has 2 down quarks and an up quark, and so on. So they're the constituents, the protons and neutrons, which are the constituents of our atomic nuclei. So if you go to very high temperatures or high energies, then the protons and neutrons fall to bits, and you end up with a soup of quarks and gluons, and that's a quark gluon plasma.
And it's insanely dense, right?
Yeah, well, very high energy. So so you get that. So we've been exploring that because we don't only collide protons together, we can collide lead nuclei together or silver nuclei together at the LHC, and that's when you make these kind of soups of nuclear matter, if you like, very hot nuclear matter, to explore that physics, to that nuclear physics.
And it wasn't just the Higgs boson.
Quarks are the ultimate building blocks of visible matter in the universe. If we could zoom in on an atom in your body, you would see that.
I'm glad I brought this up. So fish live in the water, right? Some fish do realize the outside world. This is very interesting. Just like us humans, we live on the earth, but we do realize the outside world. But let's go back in reverse. Smaller bacteria. Bacteria is inside of us. The smallest of atoms, like these living organisms, are inside of us. They don't experience this like 3D, 4D, like 3D world, right? They're just like inside of us. Isn't that weird?
That it consists of electrons swarming in orbits around a nucleus of protons and neutrons. And if we could
honestly, nobody cares about like, oh god, all right, we're arguing, we're doing like some whiny crybaby stuff in the chat. I don't know what we're doing.
One of those protons or neutrons, we'd find that they themselves are made up of
chill, bro.
Particles that are.
You know, like, why are we trying to be? Who cares what it sounds like to you? If it sounds like to somebody else, who cares? What are we doing? I was just all right, like
so small that they have almost.
Yeah, I mean, he cannot respect you because you're trying to tell him how to talk, bro. Like, I kind of get where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying?
And a little more than points.
Like, what are we doing? This is the internet. Who cares? Like, what are we doing?
Particles are the quarks.
Nobody can tell you how to talk, so why would you tell somebody, you know?
Quarks are elementary.
But I get it, like, this is
not
weird.
Made up of any other particles. You could say.
So what I would call little kid stuff. Sorry, little kid stuff.
Around it.
I haven't like argued and it's weird stuff like that like forever.
The universe.
That's what I call a waste of energy.
Bonkers.
Waste of time. I'm trying to think about life. Why am I? You think I want to talk about somebody trying to be an English teacher in the chat?
What is a quark?
I'm trying to figure out the beginning of life. This is called brain rot. Sorry.
The proton.
Sorry.
There are 3 quarks, subatomic particles that make up the protons and neutrons, which in turn make up our universe. What is a quark? We think that inside the proton there are 3 quarks, subatomic particles that make up.
Subatomic. What does that even mean? Subatomic particles. It's kind of funny though. I'm over here trying to learn the beginning of life, and over here is like, oh well, you should use like. What are we doing? What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Subatomic particles can be either a composite particle, which is composed of other particles. A composite particle, which is composed of other particles. In physics, a subatomic particle is a particle smaller than an atom. Particles subatomic, okay. according to standard model of particle physics, a subatomic particle can be either a composing particle, which is composed of other particles, or an elementary particle, which is not composed of other particles. A particle composed of other particles, but it's so tiny, it's tinier than an atom. These particles that are tinier than atoms come together, and then there's elementary particles, which are the individual little tiny particles. Okay, elementary particles, the individual particles. A composite particle is the particles where they stick together, and subatomic is like the broad case. Okay. Kind of following.
Up the protons and neutrons, which in turn, the protons, they are 3 quarks, subatomic particles that make up the protons and neutrons, which in turn make up our universe. What is a quark? We think that inside the proton, there are 3 quarks, subatomic particles that make up the protons and neutrons.
I kind of like this dude. I wish he would talk more. That was quick. Let's see. Have you ever seen an atom? What is string theory? What are gluons? This is what I'm going to watch tonight.
So now,
I actually started already watching this, but or no, I didn't actually. This is the one I put on earlier. This is what I want to watch though.
So now,
How to explain
I think it's
physics
more
in 22
common-
minutes. I'm going to start this tonight. I gotta remember that. Anyways, let's see. Oh wait, Gauss started the grammar talk by saying UE needs to catalyze Turkey. That's true, actually. He did do that. That's true, actually. I do remember that. So, let's see. Maybe I don't even know anymore. Like, I don't know either. Who cares? Let's just not talk about it. Who cares? I'm wasting brain energy on. What am I doing? Why am I wasting brain energy on this brain rhyme? Sorry, but what?
Everything.
I'm trying to begin think of like the spectrum that we're on. Beginning of the universe thoughts, mumbo jumbo nonsense. Like, I couldn't care less.
There are only 4 fundamental particles in the universe: the photon, which is light; the electron.
But you are right. I think actually Gyro did say that, which is kind of funny. Anyways,
vibrating in some kind of ether. Ether was
is light a wave in 1600? How impressive!
Huygens thought that light was a wave vibrating in some kind of ether. Ether was presumed to exist because all waves were thought.
It's okay. We're all fam here.
In some kind of medium. But around the
we're all
same
fam
time,
here. It's
scientists,
okay.
most prominently Isaac Newton, believed that light was composed of a stream of corpuscles, which are little particles that travel at a finite speed. About 100 years later, in 1801, Thomas Young's double-slit experiment seemed to show that light must be a wave, because when a beam of light was split through a double slit, the resulting overlapping beams of light created an interference pattern. This phenomenon could only be explained if light was a wave. However, about 100 years after Young's experiment and 200 years after Newton's corpuscular theory, none other than Albert Einstein showed that, wave behavior or not, light must come in discrete packets of energy, which today we call photons. In the 17th century, many scientists like Dutch astronomer Christiaan Huygens thought.
Wait, what did he say?
200 years after Newton's corpuscular theory, none other than Albert Einstein showed that, wave behavior or not, light must come in discrete packets of energy.
Behavior or not, it's got to come in a discrete packet of energy. Some like source of energy. I don't know if that really.
He noted.
Okay.
Old timers will know that you could get AM radio.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Wave frequencies passing. What are the best frequencies? What's the smallest frequency? What is the smallest wave frequency? That's kind of interesting.
What we found, we can use electromagnetic radio waves, which are the lowest form of electromagnetic energy, lowest energy level of all of our. We can use radio waves not to transmit energy. That's not the point of it. The point is to transmit information. And information became what characterized the modern era. And that's why in the 1950s and 60s, when everyone is imagining flying cars and motorized sidewalks, everything is running on energy because they're thinking energy is going to be free in the future. But what they didn't figure was that information would be free or easy to transmit and to generate and to store and to delete. And whereas the energy that would take to move things and to drive things, that would be a problem. No one saw that coming. Nobody saw that coming. What we found, we can use.
Interesting. Very interesting. Be right back. I gotta take a massive dump. Shout out. What's up, Omar? Cameron. Cameron. What's that mean? Translate. Shrimp?
Shrimp.
Bro, you call me a little shrimp? Bro, bro. What's a big shrimp? Hold on, bro. I got you. They call me the big shrimp.
Camarones grandes.
Yes, sir. Big shrimp, bro. I'm like the king of all shrimps. You feel me? Anyways, what am I talking about? Sorry. I want to hear that again. All right. Let's log back in. Thanks, hey, what's up, Charlie? Yumi's cool and Gyro's show too. It's all love. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Saturn having 274 moons is pretty wild. Wait, what? Time out. Time out. Saturn has 274 moons? Huh? Huh? And it's only in my Sorry, this makes me feel good real quick. So, like, my creative juices have been flowing for a while, right? I've been going and going and going, right? I'm like resetting my creative juices. My shrimp, if you will. What? Yeah, this song makes me happy. Yeah, it is. It's like, what is that about? It's a big planet, but that's still too many moons. Am I dumb for saying I didn't know planets had like more than like 3 moons? I thought it had like 1 moon, most of them, right? I thought it had like 3 or something. We thought Saturn had 82 moons. We were wrong. When did we figure this out? Like 4 months ago? I cannot pause this song. I'm sorry. I was just vibing real quick. Give me a second. NASA named a probe after Christopher Huygens. Dude, did you get me with a joke? Huygens. That landed on Titan, one of Saturn's 274 moons. No way. We had a probe land on one of the moons. Christopher Huygens. Wait, what? They have been increasing the number steadily for a while. Okay, hold on. Why would it even have more than like, why has it got so many moons, huh?
What if I told you Saturn has 274 moons? And why didn't we notice most of them until now?
Okay,
astronomers just discovered 128 new moons, making Saturn the new moon king, surpassing Jupiter. But these moons are tiny, irregular, and nearly invisible to regular telescopes. How'd we find them? Scientists used a technique called shift and stack to reveal these faint objects. These moons are likely fragments from ancient cosmic collisions and have now been named after gods from Gallic, Norse, and Inuit mythology. This discovery offers a glimpse into the violent past of our solar system.
We thought Saturn had 82 moons. We were wrong. Saturn, long known for its iconic rings, just made headlines again. Astronomers have confirmed it has 270, now officially holds the record for the most moons in our solar system. How did we miss them before? Most are tiny, just a few kilometers wide, recently spotted with advanced telescope techniques. Each moon is a clue. This isn't just a numbers game. Each moon is a clue, helping scientists understand how Saturn formed, how moons evolve, and what secrets the outer solar system still holds. The universe just got a little wilder, and Saturn a lot more crowded.
There's a moon of Saturn called Enceladus. There's some heat down under, but it's not volcanic heat. It doesn't have to be. You just need enough heat to make something want to evaporate. And so what you have is water there under surface that bursts forth, and you have geysers on Enceladus. But that's not the fun part. The fun part is the moment the water hits the low pressure atmosphere, it freezes instantly. So it's a geyser hurling forth, and you have geysers on Enceladus. But that's not the fun part. The fun part is the moment the water hits the low pressure atmosphere, it freezes instantly. So it's a geyser hurling ice chunks. Not only that, it spews forth with enough speed to escape the moon, and it has made a ring around Saturn, which we call the E-ring.
Oh, wow.
The ring system of Saturn. That's beautiful. There's a moon of Saturn.
That is beautiful. Wow.
Enceladus. There's some heat down under, but it's not volcanic heat. It doesn't have to be. You just need enough heat to make something want to evaporate. And so what you have is water there under surface that bursts forth, and you have geysers on Enceladus. But that's not the fun part. The fun part is the moment the water hits the low pressure atmosphere, it freezes instantly. So it's a geyser hurling ice chunks. Not only that, it spews forth with enough speed to escape the moon. And
that is awesome,
made
actually.
A ring around Saturn, which we call the E-ring. It feeds the ring system of Saturn.
You should look up on YouTube universe size comparison. It really puts everything into perspective. All right, let's look it up. Universe size perspective. Like, which one exactly? This one's one of my favorite ones of all time. If this one's you're talking about, I actually show this one a lot. Which one are you talking about, actually? Is it this one, the second one? So it'd be this one. I'm kind of scared. Things like this kind of scare me, bro, because like I can actually like visualize it. All right, let's take a ride on the dwarf planet. Only 1,000 kilometers. Make dwarf planet. Okay, there's some little tiny little planets. Pluto is a little baby little planet. Okay. The moon of Jupiter. Okay. Our moon. We know what the moon looks like. Okay, I know what the moon looks like. How is that that? Oh, I'm like over it. There we go, that's better. Earth, okay. Neptune. The moon Europa has ice that is like 15 miles thick, and under that, a water ocean that is 60 miles deep. 15 miles thick? Uranus, giggity. Saturn, okay. Giant gas, giant planet, okay. Jupiter, a little bit bigger. Our sun, which is just a little baby. I've watched this video like so many times, but like it's always fun to rewatch it. Hold on, let's go back to the sun. Okay, we know this is the last known thing we can actually like think about, right? The sun. Look at how small our sun is. Super massive black hole. Bro, why did it just like quadzillion size right here? What's happening? Blue hypergiant star? What is that? No, 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 no. Stevenson? What is happening? I actually don't remember this. I literally don't remember this. The supermassive black hole? Supermassive black hole. That's actually scary to even think about. Dude, it's supermassive black hole on supermassive black hole on supermassive black hole. Okay, then we go. Okay, then we're just like gonna zoom out to everything. This. Look, hold on. Sorry, let's just reverse a little bit. Super black hole on super black hole on super black hole. Wait, where am I at? We're at this stage of life, bro. We're literally this right now, right? Where we're forming black holes everywhere and supermassive black holes. Like we're at like, you know, I guess you could say we're in this stage. Like we're probably like right here actually. Where there's like supermassive black holes forming, right? But like they haven't taken all the way over. So I do think we're like here. We're like here. I don't know. I think this is a good way to put it. We're like here, where the supermassive black holes are forming, right? But they haven't fully taken over everything. How big is a nebula? 2.6 light years, okay. Seven light years, the Head Horse Nebula. The Eagle Nebula. The Pillars of Life. A dwarf galaxy. A tarantula? What does that even mean? Sleeping Beauty? Okay, this is our Milky Way galaxy. Interesting. Andromeda? Hyper Galaxy? The Virgo Supercluster? The Laniakea. What? The Observable Universe. I didn't really like the ending showing of that, but that was really scary. The way I can better visualize these things is through this one, bro.
93 Morse Earth. The distance from
Where it like
Earth
zooms
is
out like
20
this.
million light years, but from even there we can zoom out all the way to the entire observable universe and see that even the Titanic is
Like it goes from clusters.
110 million light years. But even the massive Virgo supercluster is nothing but a quiet and tiny lobe of the Great Laniakea supercluster, an enormous structure that is home to our galaxy as well as 100,000
All the way up into the black holes, I think is really good. But then after that, it's kind of a little hard to like follow.
other galaxies.
Like mentally, right?
The distance from one side to the other is 500.
The brown man who was in chat was interesting.
20 million light years.
What's up, Umar?
But from even there, we can zoom out all the way to the entire observable universe.
The observable universe. Why is my camera frozen? Sorry.
Laniakea supercluster is just a tiny
Not
and
sure what's going on.
insignificant part of everything. This is the observable universe, and it can.
So you're trying to tell me? Oh wow, bro. Yeah, I don't know.
Contains everything that we know of.
I'm looking for the answers right now. I think if we get the answers, we can eventually find the outcome. But like, God, bro, my brain. Let me see. Sorry, I've been like zoned out. The moon. Yeah, this video is always worth watch. Yep, this video is so good. Yeah, the stuff after the black holes is where I stop watching usually. It's a little. It's just because it's harder to like mentally visualize. But like, think about like the black holes. Like I said, bro, we're literally in this stage right here. We're in this stage right here of these supermassive black holes forming, right? And they're only getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Think about billions of years like later. Why is my camera like so bad right now, bro? I don't understand. Sorry, let me just reset it. Man, I need an actual camera, dude. I don't know, like I'm slacking on that. Maybe I'll just get one of the like little cheap ones and see how it works, bro. Maybe I'll get a cheap camera soon and just see what it looks like a 1080p one.
Through the slits. And waves have the property that they can interfere with each other. The fact that you get it from particles is interesting. But here's another interesting thing. You still get that pattern if you send one particle at a time.
One particle at a time. There's something to this. Something about this right here. If there's one particle at a time and it's still doing the same thing of multiple patterns at a time, what does that tell you?
Is interesting. But here's another interesting thing. You still get that pattern if you send one particle at a time through the slits. There is one
Very interesting. Very interesting. All right, let's see. No way, I've been going for 3 hours. That's a long time. Probably what? It's probably play a few games, talk a little bit more, and then wrap this. Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson. Johnson & Johnson. Jonathan Johnson. Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Did I say Boris? No, let me start over. Boris Johnson. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Johnson & Johnson. Jonathan Johnson. Old Long Johnson. Mary Jo Johnson. Did I say Boris Johnson? I keep forgetting, bro. Boris Johnson. I don't think I did that. Boris. Calvin Johnson. The Johnson family. Mike Johnson. Did I say that? I don't remember anyway. Sorry. I gotta work on my Johnsons, bro. I've been slacking on my Johnson. Kurt Cobain Johnson? There's no way Kurt Cobain was, his last name was Johnson. Was his actual last name Johnson? Please. Kurt Donald, bro. He was a Donald. Unlucky. Dude, if that was that's a famous Johnson right there, bro. That's a celebrity Johnson. That would have been pretty good. Here, India people, best English teacher. Yeah, what's up, Irma? Thanks for thanks for coming, bro. That you're definitely probably gyro to all. 3 out of 4. What's my third one? You nail something, you tack it, you pin it to a wall. It's not tap. You wrap it. The most random question ever, but I'm curious. What's your name? I've never thought to ask. I just assumed it was Silva. Well, here, I'll give you an even weirder, most random answer of all time, right? Even my closest friends don't know my name. They know an abbreviated form. I'll say that. I'll say it. They know an abbreviated form of my name. They don't actually even know my full name. I would say out of the thousands of people I've actually met and talked to, how many of them actually know my real name, actually remember? I would say there's probably maybe 1 or 2 people ever that actually know my real name. And that's like my teachers that like grew up, like that like knew me. Because like some of my teachers, they would like love me like a lot. Like I was like a cool kid, whatever. I was like a class clown, but I was also like smart. So a lot of my teachers like actually really like me. Because like I would like respect them too. Like it's kind of hard to explain, but. So they would like read my name at the beginning of the year. And I'd be like, no, that's not my name. Or like I would say, shorten it up. And then like, right. And then they would get my name right. They would never call me that. But sometimes they would call me like my full name, like joking around with me. So I think only my teachers maybe would know it. Not even my closest of friends probably know my real name. Your real name, Dwight Johnson Johnson. So I can call you Silva, I guess. You can do that. You can do that. That's my living form, my non-AI name. Ha ha ha. Rebooting. Approved. What are you talking about? So I can call you Silva? Yeah, he call me Silva. I guess. I think. Gyroscope Brown Johnson. Hey, yo, buddy. Work on your Johnsons, brother. And you need to kiss me. What's your name, Aaron? I'm just playing. You know, I have to say that. One every night when everything changed. What is this, bro? Wishing well. Brad, Leo, well. Hey, Aaron. What's up, Aaron? What did I, what happened? I was talking about Key and Peele on stream one day, right? It's something about Key and Peele. Right after that, I watched this random video, and it was like Michael Peele, Keegan-Michael Key, and like Keegan-Michael Key, and I forgot, Peele. It was one of them, and they were in the video. I don't know, whatever. It was random. Tap. Mike. Rap. Hello, how's everything going? Yo, what's up, Alex? Alex, how have you been, brother? Alex, we are on a whole new path right now, Alex. Very crazy from what we began with. How have you been, bro? 4:30. How's everything going? Everything's going good, Alex. I really appreciate you showing up. How have you been? Last thing I remember, you went on vacation to Tijuana, I do believe. You went somewhere. You went out of town. Then, you know, I believe you're still on vacation for school. I was thinking about you last night. I have been busy. I appreciate that a lot, Alex. Thank you. I actually shout you out every night still, Alex. So I appreciate you. My first mod, Alex. I'm pretty sure you're my first mod. How's this game work? I got you. You got to make a connection. Any sort of connection. So, for example, tack, right? You tack something into the wall. You nail something into the wall. You pin something, like, into the wall or something, right? I did the answer, and it said 3 out of 4. But one of these answers wasn't right. You have to find some sort of connection. This one's hard, bro. Getting ready to go back to the US? Are you still on vacation? Are you still on vacation, Alex? Appreciate you popping up, bro. Okay, the football part was confusing, huh? The football ones. Things you can do with football. You can pass a football, you can punt it, you can snap it, and you can spike it. I guess that's a good way to explain it, yeah. My last day's tomorrow. Wow. How's your vacation been, bro? That's awesome. My nephew starts school in like 2 weeks. I'm like, dang, bro. Dude, I got nothing for this one. All right, let me just send a different one, Alex. Or I'll send a different one, Aaron, because that one's freaking hard right now. Wait, I think I got one? Okay, I'll go back. I'm popping in. I'm back. What you got? I've been with my family. I went to Roatan, a beautiful island in Honduras. Wow, I'd love to hear that, bro. You went and visited your family? How's your family been, Alex? When's the last time you visited your family? Rap, Don, Leo, Mike. Rap, Leo, Don, Mike. I literally don't know, brother. Starts of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Donatello, Leonardo, I think. I forgot what's his name. Michelangelo. I don't remember, bro. Raphael. I forgot what's the Ninja Turtles names. That one is fire. Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo. That's what I said, right? Raphael, Michelangelo. I think that's what I said. A year ago, everyone is fine here. No, the last time you visited them was a year ago. Okay, so you see them like once a year? Maybe during your vacations in the summer? Everyone is fine here. I've been working in my coffee land. You've been working in your coffee land? What does that mean? You're like trying to create a business? Would it be tap? Tap water, rainwater, spring water, well water. Right? Tap water, spring water, rainwater, well water. Sharp fasteners. A Brad? I've never heard of that. Water, yes, finally. Sources of drinking water. Fire. See, that one was easy. See, Aaron, you can get them. You just gotta think about them, bro. They're like actually really hard. Yo, what's a good movie or TV show to watch? I'm trying to find something. Aaron, I got you, brother. Aaron, listen to me very closely. Very closely, Aaron. Listen up, Aaron. Come here. Waking Life. Watch this movie right now tonight. ASAP Rocky. It's very weird and interesting and thoughtful, but bro, watch it. Has Gyro been on yet, Silva? So what's up, Ryan? Gyro. Gyro, how many old accounts do you got, brother? Thank you for pulling up, bro. Appreciate it. Dang it, I like when he hops on, actually. Yo, Gyro's a good guy. I'm just appreciate you pulling up, man. Let's see. 1 second. I think I had one for that other one. Gyro, brother, you're a goober. What was it? What is a good movie to watch? That's what I was just talking about. Watch this movie, bro. This one's like pretty deep, pretty awesome. What show is good to watch? Let me show you what I've been watching, bro. Let me give you a behind the scenes look at like what I've been watching. This is my YouTube history. Like nothing but like just space and life stuff, bro. A little bit of RuneScape. That's it. What if a star exploded near Earth? The Rangers, some RuneScape. All just like Star Talk, bro. A lot of Star Talk. This song goes hard. Ciao, Ben. Ciao, Charlie. Why Earth rotation is spinning. This is what I watch on YouTube behind the scenes. The obviously true Durham no one can prove. This is what I was watching like the day before. Anyways, watch this, Aaron. Thank you. I'll see if I can find it. Yo, Aaron, in the Discord, I can send you like links to watch it. Do you watch on your phone or do you watch on your computer? So, like, if you watch on your computer, it's a lot easier because like you have ad blockers, I assume. Alex, we work with coffee here. It's the family business. Yo, Alex, that is awesome, bro. What kind of coffee have y'all been making and stuff? Like you're working on a specific coffee? Is it like you're making the beans and like how does that work? Yeah, he was here about 15 minutes ago. Yes, I always bring my coffee to drinking in the US. Wow. How do you make the coffee? PC mostly? I could send you links to like I have to cough. I can send you links Free links. I can show you where to watch those movies though. That was a weird cough I had to do. Legally, I don't think I can tell you where to get those links. But I can show you where illegally to get those links. That's weird. Weird cough. Weird. Sorry. Hard feelings. Sweating. No hard feelings. No sweat. No worries. No nosing around. Does that make sense? Or am I tweaking on that one? Actually, no, please don't worry a little. Bet. Because I know a ton of illegal places. I'm sorry. Hey, from Hanover, Germany. There's no way you're from Germany, brother. Or sister. Or everybody else in between. Hanover, Germany. That is so incredible if you actually are. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. What time is it? What time is it in Hanover, Germany? 11:30. Okay, this makes sense. Kind of early in the morning. What's up, Shinra? Germany in Stalingrad. I do believe, like, you know, I'm kind of on that side, but I would rather not talk about that type of thing, you know, bro? Growing everything from the seed to the bean plant is a process that takes about 3 years to be ready and start producing the beans. Wow. I had no idea it took 3 years to produce beans, bro. For the coffee. That is insane. Hanover is beautiful, holy. Hanover, Germany, dude. This is the only thing I would ever want money for, is to travel and see new places and talk to new people about experiences about life, new knowledge. That's all I would ever want money for. I don't care about like any materialistic things, bro. I did at one point, like we all do, right? Eventually you kind of mature, get out of that. Did my camera freeze? Why am I frozen in time? Yo, that's me, but that's not me. That was me, but that literally wasn't me. 1 second, sorry. I don't know why my phone looks so weird today. Should be better. A lot smoother, I think. Anyway, sorry. I'm gonna get a new camera, bro. Yeah, I definitely need to step that up. I'm being dumb not to have one. Anyways, Hanover, Germany, beautiful. It's the only thing I'd ever want money for to travel. Did you stop counting? Unfortunately, Alex, I have not stopped counting. I have slowed down dramatically, though, brother. I would say to the point I kind of have stopped. I'm in slow motion right now. What's up with my phone, brother? That's me, but not me, I promise. Alright, I'm getting mad. 1 second. Yeah, honestly, I kind of did stop counting, though. I gotta be honest. I haven't took. You know what's funny? Not funny. The past few days, like even today, like hardcore, I almost took counting out of my title, but I don't want to stop. You know, it's my goal. I haven't given up on it. Does that make sense? I haven't given up on it, but I have slowed down like pretty dramatically to the point where I haven't counted in like a while. Hold on, sorry. To the point I haven't counted in a while, bro. Alex, the reason why is because like counting was making me kind of not want to stream, bro. Like instead of streaming and having fun, enjoying what I was doing, you started so motivated. Yeah, I did, but the thing is, like, it got to the point to where like I kind of didn't want to stream anymore. So like, let's say I continued counting to 200,000. Let's say I'm at like 300,000 right now, but I only streamed like once a week. Like the thing is, like, I'm way more than just counting. Like, Alex, if you would have been here like the last few months, bro, you like the conversations we've been having. Alex, I'm trying to figure out the beginning of life, bro. Like, imagine I'm just sitting here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just counting, bro. I'm like wasting life. Like, I'm literally trying to figure out how the beginning of time came, Alex. Like, I know you're religious and, you know, your religion thing, but I'm trying to figure out how literally the beginning of time happened, bro. Like, and so if I was just sitting here counting, sure, I might be at like I might be at 500,000 and I might have thousands of viewers, but it's all brain rot. People would just want to see me brain rot. Maybe, but then maybe I could have a big viewing also. Like, who knows? There's a bunch of ways to look at it. Like, maybe I could have like thousands of viewers and then I could teach like all the things I'm talking about to like thousands of people, right? Maybe that's a better way, but with what I've been building now and the people that I like, the people that join my streams and watch and care, I can't. I'm having so much more fun this way than counting. No joke. Hanover is the capital city of the German state of Lower Saxony. The state parliament of Lower Saxony called Neinschachel. Sorry, I have the worst pronunciations of all time. Landtag in German is located here. Wow, that's incredible, Shinra. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate you. Really grateful. I'm sorry my camera's so terrible right now. Oh, I'm about to freak out. The Bible tells you everything? Read it for curiosity? I mean, I hear you, Alex. I hear you on that. I've never been the one to shame people for being religious or say things aren't true or are true. Even scientists are trying to figure stuff out and they finish believing in God. You know, Alex, you know what's funny is like, it's not that I believe in like, let's say a Christian God or a Chinese Buddha God, but a deity? There very well could be a creator. A creator is the best word for it. Like, is there actually a creator somewhere out there? I don't like saying God because then that's like implies religion, and then people have different religions, which people have different gods, and a creator question mark? I'm kind of down for that. The more I think about life and like I actually try to break it down. But is a creator a simulation? Like, are we talking simulation? What exactly are we talking here, you know? Very interesting to think about. We believe in Jesus Christ, the only way to heaven. That's fair. I mean, that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, right? That's the beautiful thing about life. One away, bro. I almost had this. No hard feelings, no worries, no sweat, no pack, no pack, no glue, no power, drum and bass, no drum and bass, no biggie, no biggie, bro. How did I not get that one? Nose around, you poke around, you snoop, you pry, power. Groups of twos. 2-pack? I don't know, actually. Have you ever heard of a donor before? If you ever try to come to it, you absolutely have to try it. Bro, I feel like you're joking around. I'm gonna look it up. Donor, Germany. German food. Oh, wow, that looks so good. That looks so incredible. What kind of meat is this? I would love to try that. Yeah, I've had one. They're so good. I would love to try this. Love to try this. I love the breading. Like, oh, it looks like a gyro or something. Like a soft, fluffy breading. That looks so good. Yo, Aaron J, I need you to look up Waking Life, bro. I need you to watch that. No joke. Cape Cod? Mario World. Is this Florida? Pac-Man? Power Man? Manpower? It's 4:40 a.m. here? It's 4:40 a.m. where I am too. Interesting. Hold on. What are you doing awake, Alex? Or yeah, Alex? Oh wow, it is. What are you doing awake this early, bro? I'm trying to go back to sleep. Interesting. Thank you for being here, bro. Really good talking to you. Really great seeing you, man. Really appreciate that. 2-pack, Wu-Tang, drum and bass. I think this is like groups of 2. Gorilla Glue. I woke up with back pain. I hate to hear that. Super glue, super power. You woke up with back pain. Super Mario World. You woke up with back pain. You know what sucks, Alex, is I've been having that same thing recently. Like my back is hurting. What you can do, Alex? Look, let me show you something real quick. Alex, check this out. Hold on, I gotta open a new paint. Do this, bro. Like literally do this. This will alleviate pressure on your back. Let's say this is your pillow, right? Or wait. This is your head. This is your legs, right? Alleviate your legs over a pillow. Like put a pillow here. Put a pillow here so your back like is level. Whenever you're laying down, you know how you got a pillow under your head? Don't put a pillow under your head. Don't do this. Put a pillow under your legs, bro. And put pressure under your back. That's what I've been doing. That's what I'm doing. Good, good, good. This alleviates the pressure on your back. Like whenever you're laying down, it should help you. Invest in a good mattress, guys, that would change your life. I think that's very important also. One very important thing that we do every single day of our lives, we're gonna sleep. So to be the most comfortable you can, that's very true. My issue, I'm a turner, bro. I turn. I have to, I'll wake up like almost, I sleep on my stomach like this. I'm one of these guys. So like, it's so hard for me to lay on my back, bro. But if you put your legs up like on it, it definitely helps your back a lot. Super glue, super power, Super Mario World. Oh, super pack is a political thing. Oh yeah, that's right. That's pretty fire. Ending with fish. Dude, no, I always read the end of the fishes. A cod, a bass, a tang, a sole. I don't know any of those fish. Let's play one more. Let's play one more, and then we'll probably wrap this Johnson up. We'll talk a little bit, then we'll wrap this Johnson up. Last one of the night. Let's see. Take care, guys. Thank you, Alex. I really appreciate you. Hope you have a good night. I hope your back starts feeling better, bro. Thank you. Hope to see you again soon, bro. My first ever mod. It's always nice to be in your channel. Thank you, Alex. I really appreciate that. Good day, sir. How are you? What's up, sir? What's up, Gur? How have you been? I've been good. My issue is I've been waking up at night and I'm sleeping during the day. Not the biggest fan of that. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Really appreciate y'all popping up to the late night stream. It's lamb. Sorry, I missed this. It's lamb, beef, and chicken, I think. I might be wrong. Sorry, I just seen that. Alex, so glad you stopped in. He always shouts you out. Sure. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Solid. I appreciate that. You're good, bro. I sleep the same way. I spent 5K on mine and don't regret it. 5,000 on the bed, that's a lot. Would I do that? Absolutely. I figured out if you right click it, it selects it. My brain is dumb like this. If you right click it, it selects it. Does that help you in any information? No. But like, my brain just figured it out. Weed. Shout out. Chum. You're a croco. This one's weird. Tang I've never heard of. Tang I've never heard of it. The tang fish. Let's see. Interesting. Like Dory, bro. Is that like Dory for real? It is. No way they did Mary Jane. Shout out Mary. There's 5 Wii related ones. Is there actually? Mary Jane is crazy. Grass. Herb. Dude, there's like 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grass and herb. Weed fire. Yo, that's kind of crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what's the main ones? Pot is not gonna be it. Mary Jane is not gonna be it. Herb, grass probably. Wedge, isn't that like grass? You clog something, you wedge something. Wina is definitely a tugger. Shout out my girl Wina. Herb, grass, weed, bud. Let's see if I bang that out. Bud is not gonna be it. Yeah, it is. One away. No, dude. Why'd they do that to me? Weed's not gonna go in it, and it's gonna be Mary Jane. I thought they were gonna trick us, bro. Okay, it's not herb then. Dude, am I gonna waste all mine on... Okay. I take away herb. Yeah, I think it was, bro. I say take away herb. Maybe pot, skillet, wok, crot. Yeah. Pot, wok, skillet, a crock pot, right? A crock pot, a wok, a skillet. What'd you say? Crock. Yeah. We just gotta backwards engineer this. Pal, bud, mate. Mary Jane, like best friend. I'm in love with Mary Jane. You know the song? Slide, herb, chum, wedge, clog. What is clog? Like you clog it up, right? Pump. Bud, mate, pal. What is this? Bud, mate, pal. And chum. This is the Aussie version of the game. And then it's grass, eat, herb, Mary Jane. Yep. A friend. It was Mary Jane, weed, grass. Wait, so it was herb? How did I miss this then? Dude, I hate that my camera keeps like lagging out like this, bro. I'm gonna get a new one soon. Coming soon, new cam for sure. Like, it's gonna freak me out. Chumming's better or power? I didn't know that. Sorry, bro. I think I just go off right now for a second. If I wrap this Johnson up, then I'll put it back on. Slang for cannabis is crazy. Shoes? Oh. A pump, a slide, a wedge, a claw. Oh, isn't this like high heel girl shoes, I think? This is the Aussie version of the game. That was actually fun and cool. Wait, the quickest game of Scribble. Wait, isn't this... How do you spell it? Yeah, Scribble. Am I in? Wizard. Tori would have gotten that for show. Probably, yeah, you're right. What's this? Plus, it's like stars. What is this, bro? At the top of the screen, it has clues. Clean. Oh, it's a broom, bro. It's a broom. But it was like clean. That was like, tough. At the top of the screen, it has clues. Yeah, right here. 7-letter. Acorns. Symbol. No way that's the drawing. Loading. That's kind of dumb. I didn't like that. I get it though, actually, but a little tough. Kind of tough to draw, I guess. Maybe he could put dot. Like, I'm not sure. Bro is just typing it out. Huh? Oh, cola. I'm dumb, bro. It's like a 4-letter word. I forgot. Bro, that's terrible. I'm down to vote. How do you vote? I'm down. Is that the right dude? Hopefully I'm not deleting the right dude. Please just draw something. Alright. Bunch of little kids right now, I assume. Anyways, let's possibly wrap this Johnson up. Let's see if there's anything interesting I want to look at before. Any shorts I want to see. I'm scrolling. Where's my shorts, brother? I don't want to see the games. Not interested. Where's the shorts? The damaged Chernobyl reactor, the best image of every planet. How the MRI was invented.
My physics professor in college studied the universe, loved the universe, studied gas clouds between stars, studied how would you detect a gas cloud if it's not radiating light? Well, they give off radio waves. And he figured out what kind of radio waves they give off and why. And in this, he gained expertise in the nucleus of the atom. And he discovered that depending on the mass of the nucleus, it will resonate slightly differently when exposed to the same electromagnetic field. He discovered a new phenomenon in physics called nuclear magnetic resonance. It would then take a clever medical technologist to say, wait a minute, if you can distinguish one heavy atom from another, let me make a machine out of that, put your body in it, and I can then distinguish one kind of
I'm gonna dip too. Have a good day,
so
Silva. Thank you for the entire as always. Yeah, I appreciate you hanging out here. And sorry it's like a super late night. Just a little chill vibe, bro. Just a little chill vibe. Thank you, bro. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a good night. Hope you have a good day tomorrow.
Where I can
Hope to see you tomorrow.
diagnose a condition in your body without cutting you open first. That is based on a principle of physics discovered by a physicist who had no interest in medicine. My physics professor in it, and I can then distinguish one kind of tissue from another. And thus was born the magnetic resonance imager.
Anyways, that's wild. Let's wrap this Johnson up. We've been going for a minute. 3:40. Wow, that's good. Anyways, let's wrap this Johnson up. Cue that outro. Cueing the outro. What's that? Okay. Yes. Right. And yes. Wow, what a night. Fun stream. Some fun thoughts. Just a little recap. The beginning of life. Actually, the beginning of life, you know. Very interesting. Cheers, mate. See you tomorrow. Appreciate that, Aaron. Have a good night, brother. Shout out CP3 for sure, of course. You never know how like life began, but the thing is, we need people out there like trying, right? We need dummies like me out here just trying and guessing and thinking. We need smart people like Snakey that's actually gonna do the math, right? So it's all a group effort. Once we come together as one and we use the tip of our brains, like the tip of our knowledge, and we put our tips together, we're gonna take over this world. Anyways, let's do some shout outs. Shout out Snakey, shout out Aaron, shout out Solid Tank, shout out Seeger, Shinra from Germany, which is absolutely outrageous. Love that. Shout out Irma, Omar, Bravo, Gyro, Yuhi, Snakey. I already said that. Screw Snakey. I'm just kidding. Lexi, Christopher Charles, Charlie, Aaron Astor, Peter Little PP pulled up to the party, Divs, Trincellas, and a bunch of other people, bro. I appreciate y'all pulling up to the spot. Thank y'all for being early supporters to the show. Just thought I would come in before I went to bed. Appreciate you, Charlie. I'm wrapping this Johnson up right now. Charlie, right now, name 3 Johnsons. Johnson & Johnson. Actually, I'll do that in my shout outs. End of the stream? Yeah, it is, Charlie. My camera's like freaking out. I don't know what's going on, brother. Actually, maybe I'll just put it in. Don't let the outro end. Yeah, it's the end, Charlie. Thanks for pulling up, buddy. I'm wrapping this little Boris Johnson up. Shout out. Not saying that. Anyways, if you made it to the stream, I didn't shout you out. Thank you. I appreciate you. Very grateful for your time. Thank you. Dude, look at my camera. I look like a demon right now. What's going on? I will control all your minds. Oh, ha, 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 ha. What's happening? All right. What's actually happening? Why was it, man? I'm gonna freak. I will definitely have a camera in the near future, bro. I don't care. I'm gonna spend like $30, $40 and just try to get a little one and see what happens, bro. I'm tired of using my phone. It's terrible and stupid. Not really, but I don't like using those words. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I apologize. 1 second. I'm trying to fix this, but I'm like freaking out. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Johnson & Johnson, and my John. Bro, you can't name your own Johnson, bro. You are tweaking out. I said that the other day. I put Charlie on the spot the other day in his chat. I said, Charlie, name 3 Johnsons. He could not. He failed the ultimate Johnson test. I don't know what else to say. And I just exited out my camera, so now things are going completely terrible for me right now. Give me 1 second. Love this. Having a great time right now. Having an outstanding time right now. That's the wrong one. That's not gonna work. 1 second. Anyways, no camera for the night. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. All right, let's wrap this Johnson up. Let's hit up the Discord. Hey, my Johnson counts, damn it. Your Johnson's too small. What? Sorry, that did not mean that, Charlie. I did not mean that, Charlie. I'm sorry. Why did your Johnson catch a stray, brother? I'm sorry. Charlie's Johnson just caught the craziest stray of all time. I'm sorry about that, bro. My bad, brother. Ask Robin. I'm not. Let's leave your Johnson out of this, buddy. Leave your Johnson & Johnson out of this, brother. Oh, I'm gonna try to put on my camera one more time real quick. Did that pop up? Nope, that did not pop up. Love this. Okay, hold on. Let me try this one then. 1 second. Sorry. I'm trying, brothers. I'm trying. I really am trying, I promise. Did that pop up? That did not pop up either. Love that. Okay. Oh, Johnson. Oh, Long Johnson. All right, last time. I'm going to try this. Did this pop up? Please? Nothing popped up. Okay, no camera for the night. I'm sorry. My camera died. Let's just rock this Johnson. All right, no Cam tonight. I'm sorry, I apologize. Anyways, hit up the Discord. Shout out Art Kane. You already know the bots of the world. Shout out to Charlie Jones and his Johnson, apparently. Shout out Cam, Lexi, Nas, Silva. That's me, Heckcat. 420 Aster, Blur, CEO of Random. That's Aaron J. Sheffy J, Christopher Charles, Kaden Martin, Crip Brother, Cupcake, Damien, Forever Free, Green Shards, Infinite Black Hole, J-Dog, that's Fastboy, J-Mo, Lamo, Camden, Kingman, Master Scion, Neo Tesla, Orion, Payne, Reincarnated, Pearson, Puff, Quarters, CB3, rest in peace, Broski, Reverend Dream, The Champ, Robin Mooney, Snaky Penguin Dragon, Speech, ST, Solid Tank, The Destroyer, ThunderX, Yuhi's Alt, not really, Zonked, Husk, last but not least, Bananarama. That's actually not least. Shout out Forever Blue Roses, Reddit, Star, Kumar, Lucifer, Alex, my first ever mod. Actually, Alex was in the stream. Shout out Alex. Boss of Ben and his dick, Benedict Arnold. Shout out to Steve, the guy that chose the wrong cup of Indiana Jones. Jason Statham, Bella was in the stream. Bella's aunt with the BBL. Shout out to Zorno Stuffed Crust Pizza that Charlie had that one day. Shout out to Felicia Coco Culture, Googleology, the Military Goat. Facerville after GTA 6. Next face reveal is after GTA 6. Bella's friend? I thought it was Bella's aunt. Bella's aunt with the BBL. All right, watch this. Johnson & Johnson, Jonathan Johnson, the Johnson family, Mike Johnson, Boris Johnson, the Hulk Johnson, Calvin Johnson, Andre Johnson, Long Johnson. I'm missing some Johnsons. I gotta lie. All right, well, let me start over. Johnson & Johnson, Jonathan Johnson, the Johnson family, Boris Johnson, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Calvin Johnson, Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson, Long Johnson. Did I say Boris? Boris Johnson. The Johnson from Portal, I cannot remember his name. I gotta work on my Johnson. I apologize. I gotta work on my Johnson. Shout out Coco Culture. Johnny Sins, bro. How did I forget him? Need you a new camera, my guy? Definitely, Charlie. Gonna get that, bro. Wait, so I forgot to tell you something during the stream. I'm gonna be in a COD tournament the 26th. Wow, that's awesome, Charlie. Y'all are gonna kick Johnsons. Y'all are gonna rock out with y'all's Johnsons out. All right, let me chill, brother. Let me chill. Anyways, restart that. If I didn't shout you out in the outro, I'm sorry. I apologize. Very grateful for your time. Thank you. Anyways, let's see. Quote number 1. You already know what it is. Y'all know the deal. If you can prevent it, why tempt it? A lot of things in life you can prevent if you do not tempt. Dude, I want to put on my camera. I actually got to, bro. I actually got to. Watch this. I can do it very quick. Not even very quick, but I think I can do it. Long Johnson. Sorry, hold on. Because my outro depends on my cam, kind of. 1 second. Like I said, if you can prevent it, why tempt it? There's a lot of things in this life you will be able to prevent if you do not tempt. Quote number 2, stress is pain for the brain. Stress, what does it do for you? Literally just brings you down. Hurts your mental health is very important, bro. That's all you got in this life. I think I fixed it. I did fix it. Watch this very quickly. Do this, do this, do this. My outros are important to me. So why would I not take a few seconds and do what I need to do? I'm back! To be important. Anyway. Quote number 2, sorry. Stress is pain for the brain. What does it do for you, bro? You gotta save your mental health, right? It's all we got in this life, bro. People, it's all we got in this life, bro. Who's gonna be there for you if you're not there for yourself, right? Quote number 3, time. Time is the most valuable thing you ever have in this life, so thank you for spending your time with me. I do not take that for granted. I'm very appreciative of that. Very grateful. Thank you. That's what it was. Grateful, appreciative. And yeah, Wise words of the night. Life is hard. Be easy on yourself. Like I was saying, if you don't support yourself, bro, who's gonna support you? If you don't believe in yourself, who's gonna believe in you? Everybody wants to use you to boost themselves up, bro. There's not very many people in this life that are trying to help you up. There are people in this life that are trying to help you. So like, once you have established those relationships, try to keep those people in your life, right? But there's a lot of people in this life that do not, they couldn't care less about you, bro. They pretend, but like, are they really there for you, right? And yeah, I think that's everything. I've had some fun theorizing today. I've came up with a lot of theories. I think there's something to this. I think what I got going on right here, and here, and here, which is essentially the same thing as the last one, but maybe I can like delete this. Yeah, delete that. That's what that is. And this one. Hear me out. Stick with me, and we're gonna discover something new that not changes the world, but has an impact on the world. So yeah, stick with me. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for being early subscribers to the show. This is, like I say, it's very easy to get lost in the sauce in these big channels. Yeah. And we're expanding. We're expanding our Anyways, let's wrap this Johnson up. Anyways, yeah, that's everything. I had a good time. I hope y'all had a great time. Wait, I had a great time. I hope y'all had a great time. Unfortunately, it is that time of the show, the Silva Show. And until next time, we're gonna wrap this Johnson up. What? Anyways, all right, everybody. I'm a nobody trying to be somebody. I'm out. Shout out to Big. Wait, what? It hurts your job. Be easy on your. Yeah, listen to me. Life is all about taking care of your Johnson. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk. What? Stop. Look at this. A black hole. Oh, wait, what? Anyways, yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for giving me this platform. Very grateful. Sorry, I've been starting my streams very late. A lot of people weren't able to make it. They're asleep. They, stuff like that. I do apologize. I'm on a bad schedule right now. Not bad. Things like that are relative, right? For me personally, it's not a schedule I'd want to be. I need to start earlier, bro. I started at 1:30, or 12:30, bro. What am I doing? Probably even later. I don't remember. Anyway, who cares? Whatever. It's this world. You're gonna make mistakes, right? Be easy on yourself. So, anyways, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Very grateful for y'all. I hope y'all have a good night. I hope y'all have a good day tomorrow, and I hope to see y'all tomorrow. And if I do not see y'all tomorrow, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Love y'all. Bye.